Hey y'all. Where you come from?
That's how I do when it's time for Canon review.
I was like,
Hey Tia,
Hi Lydia, how you doing?
I'm good. What about you?
I'm doing good. Let me see your shirt. So, and grow. Hey
Yeah,
Gina, how you doing?
it's that time of year, you know what I'm saying, to be rocking your so and grow shirts. You know.
Everybody got that spring fever.
Yeah, we got that spring fever. We is
Hey
ready to
Martika.
go. Hello, Gina. Hello,
Hello.
Martika. Welcome
So
in.
we not in the kitchen today.
No, we not, is we? The one Saturday I'm off. I can't even come up here
Oh, you
and
can.
whip up something.
Hey Mike, cooking wife's dinner, so I can't type, but listening. What we need to know what you're cooking. Hey Miss Cheryl. Hey Shy Moss, how you doing?
Hello.
No, so we gonna take it nice and easy. And I wanted to see if anybody had any questions about canning or preserving or anything like that.
So I think it's always good to ask questions about these jars.
Mm-hmm.
If a jar gets a chip, right? They tell us not to use it to preserve or pressure can in it. Even if it's a little nick, a little teeny nick.
Mm-hmm. If I see that my jar has a split or nick or anything like that, I don't use it for any type of foods. I'm not going to put any dried goods, dehydrated goods in it. We're not going to drink water out of it. I'm going to use it for like crafting or something. Like, I'm going to keep it because it's still good. But we're not going to have any type of food or drink with it.
I heard you say no dry goods. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you wanted to store
Because
some,
let's say like I make like garlic powder or something and it's got
yeah.
a chip in it. What's stopping that jar from bumping up against something in the cabinet and it chips more? And now what if I got glass in my food?
That's smart. That's smart. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Mike is
So
making burgers.
now I don't know if anybody else, Miss Shaw, do you ever have anything that you're curious about when you're doing your canning? Because I got another curious question.
Hey Urban, what's up?
Do we have to debubble water items? If I'm doing water or say syrups or say juice or apple juice, a grape juice,
Mm-hmm.
do we really debubble those things?
For that, I kind of play it by ear. I don't debubble any of my jellies or jams. They're so thick. It's not going to serve the same process. If I'm canning straight broth, no, I don't
Broth.
debubble it.
Broth. Okay. That's a veggie broth and different things like that.
Mm-hmm. What made you want to can when you canned for the very first time?
So it was what made me want to can because I start realizing that it could be done. Number one, I didn't even never think about it could be
Mm-hmm.
done. And of course, I was in a community that exposed me to a lot of those things. This is
Mm-hmm.
nothing. I wasn't around nobody that was canning, so I picked it up. I can't say I didn't pick it up from YouTube.
Right.
Definitely YouTube, see YouTube do. Definitely. But the idea of it, of preserving your own, that blew my mind. That blew my
Mm-hmm.
mind. So I felt like if I buy canned tuna, I can if I buy it in a can, I can put it in a can.
Mm-hmm.
If I could buy glory greens, I don't know if y'all eat glory greens or have ever had them.
Yeah.
Glory greens are good, but glory green has pork in them.
Mm-hmm. And
Pork.
they be mushy.
They do be mushy.
They be mushy.
But I used to eat them glory greens. I ain't
I
lying.
got glory greens right now.
I don't have them right now.
You would.
I used to have them. So the idea of making my items that I normally would buy out of a can, I got excited. And I got some disappointments too in doing that.
Mhm.
Some
Miss
things
Cheryl has a question.
okay, good.
I'm gonna put it up. What's wrong with canning dairy? So
Okay.
if you follow the guidelines, they say you shouldn't can get dairy because at that high temperature, it could curdle or separate. Therefore, you're losing your quality. I know there are plenty of people that do can dairy. When I'm making my jams or jellies and it's real foamy, I will put in like a teaspoon of butter. So it does have dairy in it. But it's just the guidelines. You can't, what is it? You can't ensure the quality of it. I tried when didn't know what I was doing. Probably it's probably the second thing that I ever pressure canned. Marcus made some cheddar and broccoli soup, and it separated so bad. And I remember I asked this lady at work, I was like, what happened? And she was like, oh, you didn't have your soup heated up high enough. You need to heat your soup up and make sure your jars are heated up. Well, I knew that much. But I was like, okay. So I went back home and I tried it again and it all separated. So I never did it again. And then as I was actually learning about it and everything, I saw that that's why, because it separates and you just can't ensure the quality. You want it to be shelf stable, and it may not be shelf stable. Good question. Are there smaller lids and rings for other size jars? So, no, it's only your regular size rings and jars and your wide mouth size rings and jars. And I'm not sure exactly why, but I believe they do that so it's more universal. So if you don't have a ball jar, you can go and get another type jar, or if you can mix and match it. That's why I believe that's why the holes, the rings, the lids are only two sizes. What do you go sit down? Are only two sizes. I don't have anything to back that theory up. That's what I think. What about pasta? Kind of the same thing. I do know that when you're canning something, depending on what that food is, what that ingredient is, everything has a different time and how it can be processed because the heat needs to penetrate. So this is broccoli. The heat needs to penetrate through it to make sure it's killing all the nastiness off. Well, with pasta, kind of the same thing. It's so dense. They don't have a proven time that you can process it where the heat is going to penetrate that pasta or that rice. In addition, it would break down. So once again, because canning isn't only about making it shelf stable or isn't only about, it being shelf stable. You still want that quality. I want, when I open up that jar in 2 years, for it to taste exactly like how it tasted when I put it in. So, sometimes things may get bitter over time, or, they may get stronger, more pungent over time. The good thing with canning is you follow those steps, you do those things, like I said, in 2 to 3 years, it's going to taste the same. Hey, Miss Vanessa. So we asking questions, and I'm just sharing this out right now. So that's what I'm doing right now. If y'all could share me out, please and thank you. And I had asked Lydia, I think she had to step away, but what brought her to canning? So what brought you guys to canning? When you first canned your very first thing, what were you like, yeah, I'm going to do that? What made you think that? And if y'all hear him? He said, ah. And if you haven't canned yet, why not? Is it just not for you? Not everything is for everybody. It's just not something you want to do, but why? And Miss Cheryl, I remember you talking about you are moving or in the process of moving here soon. How are you planning to, transport your already canned goods so they don't break or anything like that, or, the lids don't become compromised? He done did it again. He not happy about something. Shine Moss says, I started canning pickled okra because it was easy. You right. Now you got that right. That's easy. I think anything pickled. Sometimes pickling cucumbers can be a little bit difficult just because there's a prep before you start pickling. But yeah, get your brine. Get whatever it is you want to pickle. I remember one weekend when I realized how easy it was. I did okra, asparagus, pickled peppers, whole peppers, sliced peppers, diced peppers. How you want your peppers? I was just pickling because it was easy. It was brine. And then you just put it over there. I used to do it with my granny in South Carolina, as I was there every summer, and she had me chopping veggies for whatever she was making. My mom says my grandma canned. I don't remember it. I don't remember anyone in my family canning or doing anything like that. In the boxes they are stored in. Okay. You brought me to canning. I felt comfortable watching your content, and I was inspired to can as many things as I can. Oh, thank you. Oh. So, does anyone have any other questions? Let me ask you. I should have wrote it all down. I do have a book, though, and I did write some things down. Shuey, I need you to move. Martika. I never knew canning existed until Lead Farmer. I know you could garden, etc., but never heard of canning. That's how far removed my family is from self-preservation. Shaking my head. It's just not for everyone. And I think it is more because I can remember my mom saying my grandma canned, and she got out of it as the deep freezer started to come around and everything. So, it was just kind of like a convenience thing. Like, I kind of understand why some families got out of it, depending on how much space they had to store those goods, or if they were really busy and just didn't have time to sit and, wait on the pressure canner, or if a pressure canner and all that stuff wasn't in their budget. So I could see how as generations come along, how, yeah, it can definitely be far removed. Like I said, in my family, none canned. It wasn't like, oh yeah, let's get together. Nobody wanted to do it. That's why I came to YouTube, because I knew somebody did. And I had started the canning before I learned about Miss Cheryl and Lead Farmer and all those other people out there. I had no idea when I first started doing it. My knowledge beforehand was very small. It was just something I knew that I wanted a fully stocked storage area. And when we moved into this house down in the basement, we had a giant storage area. So I knew I wanted a fully stocked storage area, and I could kind of remember, like in movies or something like that, you see like the canned peaches or the tomatoes and spaghetti sauce and all that. So I knew I wanted that. So one day I was like, I'm gonna start canning. and fill it up. And that's what I did. Hey, Miss Felicia, how you doing? What you doing tonight? I'm in the craft room. I'm in the lab. We're just gonna chat. What y'all want to chat about? We're gonna ask questions, answer questions. You got any questions for me? So I had asked everyone out there, like, if you're a canner, what made you start at canning? What made you decide, oh, I want to go do this? And if you're not a canner, is there any particular reason why you're not? It's just not for you, which is fine, or you want to learn more or do a couple other things first? My granny used to send us canned food to Chicago from South Carolina, and I realized I cut the peppers and onions for that. Don't cut these peppers and onions. You're going to get them anyway. But I know that's right. I know that's right. David, how you doing? You done been out here in the YouTube streets. I feel like I have seen you on everybody's channel. It's nice to have you, David. You and Miss Shirley was cracking me up last night on Lydia's Got Game. My phone died. The last I heard was y'all two. She had played the song. It was Earth, Wind, and Fire. And you and Miss Shirley was going back and forth on it in GT. I was saying it was celebrating, and my phone died. And I had to go plug it up, and I dozed off. And when I woke up, y'all was on to something else. David speaking to everyone. Please share and hit the thumbs up. Please, please, please. Vanessa, I'm not a canner because I don't own a canner. Miss Vanessa, you do not need to own a canner to do water bath canning. You just need a big pot. That's all you need. I want a freeze dryer. I do too. I sure do. I don't want to pay for one. David, if you know where you can get one for some of these prices better than what I've been seeing, let me know. But no, sir. I'd rather find somebody that has a freeze dryer and be like, well, I'll help you chop and do stuff. And then you just give me some of that freeze dry stuff. Guess who's back? Back again. What?
You know what happened? You know what happened?
Your battery died?
Battery was dead. Didn't have it plugged up or nothing. Same old. Just another day. So yeah, I like having a freeze dryer, but I mean, they're a couple of $1,000.
Yeah, it's a big price tag.
However, freeze dried meals do sound ready.
Like, if I knew somebody that had one, yeah, I'm willing to go over there and help you chop and prepare and do everything. Just give me some of the stuff, but I'm not buying one.
I know.
That was her way of keeping me in the house and engaged. I know that's right. Hey, Nikki, how you doing?
Nikki, have you started canning as of yet?
I don't think so. I'm just strolling through the streets. Lydia, that's directed at you. David said they cheated me anyways, talking about game night last night.
Game night was a wonderful night last night. I appreciate David for coming up there and losing.
Martika says I'm being good like Gina is teaching me and staying in my budget. Every month I put $50 in my budget for prep things. I made a list, slowly crossing things off. Right now it's solar and batteries. That is excellent. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Do your thing. One thing I love about this community is everybody is different. Everybody has something different to bring to the table, but everyone is so encouraging and supportive of those differences. You ain't got to be a canner.
Now,
What's
now
that?
we're still gonna be doing that pepper jelly again,
Mm-hmm.
which I would love for it to be a big collab. Like not, we're gonna bring GT up there, and I would like to bring somebody else,
Yeah.
to do a jelly, because a jelly is one of the most
It's so
simplest
easy.
things that you could probably start off by doing without having fear. Me myself, I jumped straight into canning chicken.
I think that was Miss Cheryl.
Mm-hmm. And I ate all my chicken.
But I thought you didn't like the texture of canned meats.
I don't like the texture of beef.
Beef. You okay with chicken, but you don't like beef.
And I'm okay with turkey.
Okay.
I'm okay with turkey. I have never had canned fish. I would love to do some tuna or salmon.
Mm-hmm.
Debone.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe go and purchase some. I saw Clausen had did fish, and I would love to do salmon, particularly salmon.
That's just not. I don't want it. That's not. I don't. I'm good.
Do you even eat salmon cakes?
Nope.
So you don't see the purpose. Have you ever had Rasta pasta?
No. But I would love to try it.
It got salmon in it.
I didn't say I didn't eat salmon. You said salmon cakes.
You don't eat salmon cakes? Why not?
Because it don't sound like something I would like.
Oh, they're so delicious. You like crab cakes?
Yeah, I love them.
You would love salmon cakes.
I guess I don't like my mom's salmon cakes. So anytime I think of salmon cakes, I think of her. I'm like, I don't want it. But I do like, there's this one brand of salmon that I like, and that's the only salmon. I don't really like salmon, but I like the way they do it, and I will eat it. Miss Vanessa says, I do water bath. I have a slew of jams and pineapples. Lydia. Miss Felicia said, Lydia. David said they have a free one up for giveaway on Black's Tropical video. Everybody gonna want that. I'm talking about that
free what?
Dryer. That freeze dryer.
Where? Pull up the video. It says the short one.
Let me see. I can do better on here.
Let me see if my phone got some juice. I saw them standing in front of it, but I ain't reading nothing. Make sure y'all hit the thumbs up.
See, the video says worm Snickers. They're using their freeze dryer to make candy.
Yeah, now you buy candy have bought candy from them. Ooh, boy.
When they gonna get them puppies? Is what I want to know.
Are you ready for the puppies?
I'm ready for them puppies. Them babies.
Oh, they got free. It says free is a 1 hour video. So as TJIF, let's chat about all what's happening.
I'm looking at that right now. 1 hour 45 minutes.
Yeah, do say that.
Martika says next month starts canning supplies. What are the supplies necessary to start? So probably the cheaper route, the most in budget route would be to water bath can. And you don't need a canner. You just need a tall stock pot. Whatever it is you're canning, you just need your water to go an inch above. So if you're canning jams and jellies and you're using those little jars, you just need your water to go an inch above. So it doesn't have to be a big stock pot. Now, if you're canning quarts, then you'll need a big stock pot. So you might want to consider what it is you're canning and what type of pot you have. You do need something to go between the bottom of the pot and your jar, your mason jar. But you don't have to come out of pocket for that either. You can get some, like some dish towels or something and put on the bottom so they're resting there. You will need a canning jar. If you buy them new out the store, you have your canning jar, your lid, and your ring. Right now, you can probably get a case for between $8 and $12. I usually don't spend any more than $12 for a case, unless I'm buying it like in the heat of harvest season and I need it right now. But I try to stock up. But that's it. If you're canning a jelly, all you need is fruit juice and pectin. If you're canning a jam, all you need is fruit and pectin.
And I want to say, if you're going to look for a stock pot, and say you in Walmart, look where they sell the jars at. It's normally at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
David
ain't got no business.
Christmas gift. Christmas gift for what, Nikki? Did we miss it? Christmas gift for a freeze dryer? You're going to get me a freeze dryer? Thank you. We need a freeze dry club. I'll contribute. You're right about that. I would contribute. I sure would.
But then you would have to ship it. But Felicia can fit it at her house. It ain't gonna be in no bad way. So I vote for it to go to Felicia's house.
You're right. David says we do. We can start our own company. I know that's right, David.
I think Black Tropical freeze dried some eggs.
I've seen someone freeze dry. They compared like dehydrated eggs to freeze dried eggs, and they said that the freeze dried eggs did have the best taste. I don't think I would want to dehydrate eggs.
So when she was a child, she had canned salmon. So you had canned salmon from the grocery store, or you had canned salmon from somebody at home?
Yeah, jelly is easy.
And vegetables are easy too. Like I've made pickles. Pickles are easy. Now pickles are not easy. because you have to follow the steps to pickles. If not, you're gonna get a soggy pickle.
That's what I said. That prep, that stuff you got to do beforehand. You can't just get a cucumber and just magic
No, you
pickle.
gotta
It won't work.
you have to let cucumbers water,
Mm-hmm.
put it in ice water and then ice
Salt water.
salt
Draw
water,
that moisture out of it, and
which don't sound right, but
right.
but it did
Right.
work. The best thing I ever made was relish, homemade relish.
Mm-hmm.
That was the best thing I made. I have not had as many cucumbers as I had as my first year. My first year garden made me think I could take over the world. I made sauces. I made my first year of just being awakened. I wanted to do and I did everything. I slowed down a lot, but it's a lot of times I just want it. I just want to get it. I just want to do it. I just need it.
Gina says, I will never buy jelly again. You right.
Oh no, yeah, I would never buy
It's
any
too
kind
easy.
of jams or jellies again, ever.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
So Miss Cheryl did do the
fruit
chicken.
punch jelly. That fruit punch jelly, that fruit punch jelly is a hit.
That's why I'm like that jelly. All you need is a fruit juice.
That's all you need.
Any fruit juice. Just make sure I get one where it's not added sugar. It's more of like a naturally sweetened one because you're adding so much sugar to it. But yeah, Martika, like juicy juice, Welch's, whatever flavor they got on the store, on the shelf, you can make you a jelly out of that because jelly is just fruit juice.
Now, David was saying if you had your own fruit tree, you can get your pectin from your fruit tree, which I know apples and pears are natural pectin.
Apples, pears, cranberries, they all have a natural amount of pectin. Strawberries, you can get your own pectin from strawberries, but you're looking at like 45 minutes of stirring. I know because they made us do it in that class.
45 minutes of stirring.
Thank you. With the little strawberries popping up because it's bubbling and no, thank you. Dave says he don't like anything canned. I don't like any of it canned. Any of what? Any of anything or?
So David said we can get everybody one if we not selfish. One of what? A freeze dryer.
If we not selfish.
Okay, well y'all start off with me and send me one first.
I'll let you be the guinea pig.
I'll be the guinea pig, and if I'm making the money, then we can work on getting somebody else another. You can from the store. So Felicia says she don't like canned fish from the store. I love canned salmon from the store.
I don't mind tuna, but that's it.
Oh, I eat Malcolm tuna and salmon.
Come here.
Now, don't never get no canned crab. That's horrible.
No.
All canned crab do is just be like a fish broth.
Felicia says, did you see all the canned meat recalls? Makes me want to do my own. I did not know that. But yeah. Yeah, it makes me not want to get no canned meat from the store again. Again, I can make my own.
I have canned chicken in there right now. Salmon. I have canned salmon, canned tuna, and canned chicken. But the canned chicken been in there so long, I don't even know what it's for. Like, I don't eat canned chicken.
I don't have store-bought canned chicken or beef. I never like the texture of it, but I don't mind it being home canned. But we have canned tuna and canned salmon. And I like the canned tuna that's like in those pouches. I keep some in my desk drawer. That way, if I'm starving, I just open up a pouch and that's some instant protein. Freeze dry club. Let's meet. That's right. TT is kind of strange, Lydia. and that's fine. Seems like salmon would or Candy would overcook it. Yeah, I would imagine.
Do you use a special cutter to cube the relish into the cubes? So the first time I made the relish, I did not have a special cutter. I did it by hand, just like we would do anything else. And I just cut it by hand. I don't own or didn't at the time own anything I could cut the cubes with. So I had to just I just had to do it by eye because that's what I had. But it was delicious. But it wasn't like relish. Relish, relish, hot dog relish. It's a lot of ingredients to make that. Hot dog relish. I'm trying to think of something I didn't even know, and I was like, "Ew, that's weird." Um, you don't have your book near you, do you?
I do.
See, is it a relish recipe in there? But I think the basic relish because I don't even have no relish in the home no more. My husband loves him some relish. He is a must. If he eating a hot dog, he has to have mustard and relish. Me, I need chili and onion and mustard. But relish got some weird ingredients in there. But my relish wasn't made like that. I followed the wife from Danny Days, not Danny Days. I forget his name. His name is Danny, and his wife. And they have two channels, and she cooks on that channel, and she made the relish. And sometimes they'll have Porch Time. It's a huge channel. They probably got close to 200,000 subscribers.
What do they call it? Is it just pickle relish?
It's just called pickle relish.
Pickle relish.
But pickle relish that we squeeze out of the jar for what we've been using all our life is made with a lot of stuff that was not what I made.
I believe it. That's why store bought. It's on better to go your own.
A lot of stuff to keep it. I put canned chicken and
I can find it in this book.
And you don't even taste it, Jenna. You might as well just say bought a whole rotisserie.
Yeah.
And she put it in Popeyes. And she put it in chicken noodles and things like that. Yeah, I don't know what I used to do with that chicken. I think it was a salad a friend of my mom used to make, and she used to make it with canned chicken. And she used to make it with the colored peppers, onions, and that canned chicken and mayonnaise and salt and pepper. And it used to be so good. So I think I used to want to crave that when I moved here. So I probably had those cans on my shelf for a long time. And I got a question. Why is it that Walmart can keep they meat canned goods for 20,000 years, but Ball's only want us to hold ours for 18 months? I got some stuff in there don't reach the 18 months now.
I do too, and I've opened it after that.
Why do you think they came back? You think somebody sued them because they had it for 50 years and they opened it? Or
it could be a lot of the things that they do now is because somebody messed up, or it could just be a part of regulations. You got to put something on there. You got to put a date on there. I don't know.
But that doesn't mean it's not good. But I've noticed, like with peanut butter, if it's expired right away, it's still good. But if you get some peanut butter that's expired almost like 8 months, 9 months, it has a stale taste to it, even when you open it fresh. It's just a weird taste to that peanut butter. I know. But I'll cook some Thai food with it. I sure will.
I know that's right. You can just don't make a sandwich with it. Put it in something.
Yeah, or cook it. I wouldn't try to just,
Mhm.
like if I'm getting a sweet tooth, eat a spoon of that peanut butter, it won't be good and make me sick. It'll make me sick because of the thought, not because it's bad.
Right. Right. Kika says, I have a water bath canner and pressure can. Well, there you go. I save now onto supplies. I think you can get a kit for like $11 and it usually includes a jar grabber, a funnel, and a debubbler. Sometimes it comes with that
Spatula, a little stick spatula. That little
that's
rubber.
the debubbler, and then it's got your headspace. That's a 2-in-1 for your headspace and to debubble. But it's got the one stick with the magnet. The magnet is not required. If you're using ball lids, you don't have to boil them in water. So that's what the magnet is for, to get those hot lids out the boiling water. So that's not required depending on what kind of lids you're using. But yeah, you're good to go. When are we making some jelly? Get it from the trees. You can the store. I'm behind in the chat, so I'm trying to catch up. Did anyone else have any other questions?
Can I share the stream?
Mm-hmm. There we go. I see.
Was this helpful?
Mm-hmm.
So this one right here, is it lifting up? This is the one you typically see on Amazon. This one right here. And timing is very important too.
When you're purchasing the stuff?
No, when you're cooking.
Oh, you're processing it?
Remember I used to do what I want to do?
You can't do what you want to do.
Martika, where you go doing what you want to do?
Martika, where do you live? That's one thing too. Lydia made me remember that timing, how long you process it for, depending on where you are, if you what your altitude is, you may need to adjust the canning times for where your altitude is. So I know, like if I'm canning meat, I always say 90 minutes. Gina's in Ohio. She's just across the street from me. We always say 90 minutes. But like, let's say you live in Colorado, you need to can it longer than that. So even though everybody says 90 minutes, you would need to adjust your time. So depending on where you live, what your elevation is, be mindful of that. You may need to adjust your processing time. Do you use a special cutter? Oh, she answered that. Uh-oh. Hi, Marcia. Welcome. So tonight we're just asking canning questions. Do you have any questions for me? Anything? Any questions about canning or preserving or anything like that? Gina says, I also use it when I make buffalo chicken dip. Yep. Canned meat has a lot of flavor. The only time I've ever used my canned chicken is when I made that curry chicken. It was good. Nothing was wrong with it. I could not, it was hot. I put too much spices in it. That was the only thing.
I ain't surprised. I'm not surprised.
All that stuff from China is a remix of the real items. Mm-hmm. I opened cans from the 18th. It was still good. I do know there's this one girl on TikTok. I don't know if they moved into a house, but they found like in the crawl space of their basement, there was some canned goods. I think they were from England or something, but they found like some canned goods from like the 20s. And her dad opened them and were trying them.
I have a canned item that was here when we moved here. You want me to ship them to you so you can try them?
You ship that right to the trash. That's where you ship it right to the trash. Don't nobody want that.
I think it's figs too.
You know how I am. I ain't gonna want to try something made yesterday. I ain't gonna want to try it from way back when.
I have an item that I have a lot of, and I don't want them. I'm scared.
What do you mean you're scared?
Let me get it. Let me get it and bring it and show it.
Okay. I'm gonna try to catch up. Miss Felicia says peanut butter will go rancid. Yes, nuts will go rancid as well. Gotta taste the old foods. Yeah, I saw it on TV, but I'm not doing that. Connecticut. Martika, I'm gonna look and see where I'm just gonna do a quick Google. And I just did a generic search, elevation of Connecticut. It says with the average elevation of only 500. So you are okay. If you're getting over into the thousands, that's when you want to start looking up how to adjust your time. So I don't know what that is. What's that?
What did it look like to you?
Is it brown or purple?
And what green and purple we can cook.
Well, I'm trying to make sure I'm not like the light is what I think it is what it really is coming off as.
Hold on, let me give you a little light.
Okay. Oh, that's not any bad. It's a little bit. What's in it? Why is it? What is it, Lydia?
Oh, there you go. You can see it too.
I see a shape.
Make me big. Make me big.
It's coming. It's very.
There you go.
What is? I can't tell. I don't know. It's not a jam or jelly.
Yeah, it is.
What's that?
It's peaches.
And you made those?
Yeah, they were dark like that when I don't know if I burned them or what I did. But it is more juice than anything.
Were those peach slices?
So it was fresh peaches, a lot of them. And I took and cooked them down and all of that stuff. But I probably should have took the peaches, put them in the thing, then put the syrup. So I got a lot of syrup and Holly, no peaches in there.
I'll be right back.
She don't shook her head and don't left. She said, eat it. I made this 6/30/21. $21. It's 23. Maybe I'll make some peach barbecue. Because that's the only thing I could see that I would use that syrup for. Because I have no desire to use that. So, barbecue sauce has some things in it. So, it's peaches, y'all. My peaches don't look like that. Okay. Well, what they look like?
Like this.
Oh, show off there. Show off. Show off, peaches.
July 2020.
What you do to yours?
I read the instructions.
Oh, that what you did? Oh, I made mine by.
No.
I don't know why them peaches so black.
I think because you cooked them.
You're not supposed to cook them.
No, that's something that you can. You just need a hot liquid. That is, they can be raw packed. It don't even have to be a syrup. You could do a heavy syrup, a light syrup. I'm out of breath. I went down in the basement. But I usually do a light syrup or just water. But I mean,
yeah, I know they peaches. I know they peaches, ma'am. Pour it over the granola and get to the chickens. Thank you, Mike. Or over top of oats.
I'm glad Mike had a suggestion because my suggestion would be throw it in trash.
Huh? I gotta go there now.
Do I can my dog food? I do not, Shine Moss. I don't can it because they go through it so fast. And I can't can it. It's not, those aren't canning ingredients. I put rice in it. I put zucchini in it. And then I kind of mush it all up. Once it's done, I put an egg in it. I put coconut oil in it. So it's not to be canned. If anything, I guess I would just prefer to just kind of prepare up a lot and freeze it. Now, if my freezer ever goes down, what would I do? I could consider dehydrating it, and then all I would need to do is rehydrate it. And that's an option. Or, I mean, they eat dried dog food anyways. If I chopped it up small enough, that's their food. That's an option.
Hey.
Hi. What you got to say about them peaches?
Oh, I know she didn't get up there to show her peaches.
Oh, I didn't because mine look like Tia's. So I ain't have to. However, Lydia, I was like, is that beans?
You said it wasn't purple, so I was like, it's not beets. I don't know what that is.
But when you said it was peaches, I'm with Tia. I'm so glad that Mike came up with a solution. You better not eat those. You better not turn them into no sauce.
You throw them in the trash.
Don't black out your screen. I couldn't take it no more. I was like, I got it. I can't stay up. Y'all know I can't because y'all can hear all the noise happening in the background. My grandson is here. But I had to come up. I was like, y'all, no, we're not gonna smooth over them. And then Tia, you asked Tia what she did. She said, well, first I read the directions. Liddy, where you at? Put them back in there. Put them back in there.
But can I say that's why you can't just, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this, because you got to consider the processing times and how long that water heats up for. Follow the instructions. Don't follow YouTube either. If you don't follow YouTube, follow someone who you can trust and follow the instructions.
Sir. And Liddy, before I get down, because I'm about to get down, because you see he's making all the noise. The channel you were trying to remember was Deep South Homestead. I don't know his wife's other channel name, but I know Danny and her are on Deep South. Stop. Goodbye, y'all, because he won't stop.
Bye, Gina. Thanks for popping up. All right. When my granny died, we found lots of jelly in her closet and ate it. I know that's right. Not sure how long it was there because she was always, and that's the thing, when you're always canning, stuff don't usually, it don't, like, you're going to go through it. I don't can to put on the shelf and for it to never be touched again, or to put on the shelf and wait for the apocalypse. That's not why I'm canning. I'm canning so I have shelf stable food where I know all the ingredients to, And my family can go there at any time. Go get you something. Go get you something. My daughter is always like, when are you making beef stew? There is beef stew in this house right now. Go get you some. So it's always in the rotation. In my meal planners, I put down a canned food. At work, I have chicken noodle soup as a canned, or not chicken noodle, but chicken soup as a canned food. So it's always in the rotation. I have some things that have been down there for a while, and it's usually things we don't like that I won't can again, but we're going to keep until we need to eat it. The peaches, not that we didn't like the peaches. It's just that we're not open up some peach people and eat it. So, like when I usually get the peach truck, these last couple of times where I got it, I didn't can any of those peaches because we have some downstairs. I dehydrated a lot of them, and I don't know. I didn't freeze any. Where you going with your coat on? You gotta go.
I get Naya.
Gotta get Naya.
I just warmed up the car.
I like your coat.
Thank you. This one the oldest coat. Well, I ain't that old, but it's old. It's more than 7, 8 years old. Thank you.
It's cute.
Mm-hmm. I need a skull cap on now.
Hey, unicorn lady. Sorry, I missed you didn't come in.
Welcome in. I can't pronounce her name.
Who am I? I need to get down in the chat more.
I don't know where are you located.
Miss Felicia, if the seal is good, eat it. You can't make. David said you can't. Jesus said no. That looks like a no, Lydia.
That they still talking about these peaches.
I'm trying to get through the chat. That's where I am. They're not talking about it. That's where I am.
I can open them up and taste them right now if y'all want me to.
No, we don't want you to.
And we can hear the nice.
We can hear it, but we don't want you to.
I'm gonna get it to the chickens like Mike said. I'm gonna put it right out there by the might ain't not get no granola with them, Mike. They might just get it on their regular food. Spice that up a bit.
I am a very visual eater. So a lot of times when I say it, I don't like something, it's usually because it's doesn't look like something I would want. Not even that I've tasted. So I wouldn't eat it. Hey, Sanal.
When I open it, I don't think it's not.
It's gonna get you there, girl.
It's just dark. I could make barbecue sauce with it, like I said. Make a fancy barbecue sauce. It's not bad. It ain't nothing but sugar and peaches. Well, I don't know why it's dark. It was dark when I put it in the jar, though.
When you canned it, how long did you process it for? Did you follow processing time on that?
Would this have been canned or processed?
It would have been water bath canned.
So yeah, so I don't remember whatever the time say.
Okay, so you did look up the time.
I must have followed the video.
Okay. And that's why I just said, just because somebody
it might be brown sugar in here.
Mm-hmm.
Brown sugar, white sugar, vanilla flavor. I don't know what's in that stuff.
No, I wouldn't put vanilla in it.
It sounds good.
But I think that's, like I just said, just because somebody puts it on YouTube does not mean that we should try it. The reason I would not put vanilla in it is because most vanilla extracts are an extract with alcohol in it, and that could change your time, if not how you process it. Every ingredient that we put in there, we have to consider. So you can't just, this is a apples recipe, but I'm going to put some pears in with my apples. Well, do the apples and pears have different times? So it's like you want to be mindful of your ingredients and everything. Sanal says she wants to learn to can.
How you pronounce that? How you pronounce it?
I've heard Gina say Sanal.
Okay.
Is that right? Let me know if that's right or not.
Yeah, I felt like it was close to Beyonce's sister name, but it wasn't spelled like that. So I don't know how to pronounce that. I know it's Savoy, and that's not Savoy.
Mm-hmm. But we are asking and answering, canning and preserving questions. Do you have any questions? You said you want to learn how to can. What makes you want to learn? Is it something that you just kind of picked up in the YouTube streets, or is it something that you've always wanted to know how to do? You just haven't had a chance to yet? Like what draws your interest in? Hey, Roz.
Roz is here. Erica is here. Hello, Erica.
Hey, Erica. My problem, she said, my problem, if I cook, folks eat it all up. I got to figure out how to hide stuff. I do it all the time. I got some cookies hiding over here. I do it all the time. I hide my food.
So we learned that Naya had like Oreo ice cream bars underneath stuff in the freezer. And when she come home, she gonna find out that her daddy found her stash.
Now, see, that would make me mad. If I knew when I took that second one out of there that I got one more ice cream bar in there, and I know it's nice and hidden too, there ain't no reason you're gonna be in that freezer. You don't even eat broccoli. Why you all up under the broccoli? So then I come home from work and go to get my ice cream sandwich. It's over. It's over.
And then to make it so bad, it was like a Oreo nutty dum dum.
Mm-hmm.
And he ate one, and then he came back with another one. I said, "She is gonna be hot with you." She walks to on her breaks instead of, or if she wants something, she'll go to CVS or whatever the store next door to the store, and she'll buy them from there. And I was like, "You don't create it yourself or turned yourself into a monster." She said, "I just put them in our work freezer. And when I want something sweet, I go get it." I'm like, wow.
I don't blame her. I saw everybody talking about them Oreos on Instagram and stuff. I went and got me some.
What
And
Oreos?
And I hid them.
Oh, what Oreos? Some new Oreos? What the thin ones?
No, they thick. I think that's the thing. The most Oreo. Cookies and cream. Limited edition.
Let me see. So they more than double stuff.
I guess so. Let's open them up.
I'm about to say, open, let me see the cookie. Because why did, oh.
Had to make sure.
Oreos are vegan. Make yourself big.
Look who coming, y'all.
He worse than the damn king. The bag open. He trying to turn his head. He's shaved. He's shaved.
Kodak. Yeah. He like, what? I'm being inconspicuous. I'm not begging.
So it's stuffed Oreo. So what did they do? Something to the cream?
Yeah, it says cookies and cream. So I don't know if you can.
Oh, I see what they did. So they tasted like these ice cream things. Okay. So they took the cream, double stuffed it, and put cookies in the cream. And then put it in the cookie.
So it's extra Oreo. You can't even have chocolate.
We can see his eye up under David's comment.
No.
What is that? What is that on his neck? Somebody been in trouble.
Yeah, that's his shock collar.
Oh, he been in trouble. Hey, I need one of them for bad enough.
It's only on beeping. Did you hear it?
Uh-huh.
That's like the first level. That's like I told you to go do something and you didn't want to go do it, so it gets beeped. But you can't have no cookies. It's not like you're not in trouble. You just can't have no Oreos. Go.
When you
Go.
been fraternized with the neighbors? With the old lady next door?
It's been a long week for him. He done cut up. You name it, he did it. He did it. So he got that collar on. That collar is more preemptive. Like, I'm not dealing with you today. You getting the collar on. I want one. You see how he's more chill though. Like he ain't usually he here, he doing stuff. I'm fussing at him. Kodak, go do this. He just minding his business. Only reason he came in here because he heard them Oreos. Otherwise, he still would have been gone.
Roz said, no cookie, man. No cookies.
No cookies. You ain't getting no cookies.
And then somebody might talk about he backed on up. Beep, beep, beep.
I'm gone. You better die. Lydia.
What's up?
Did you put cinnamon in your peaches?
I think so, yes.
Did you put cinnamon in it?
I think I did. I think I think I was making this for peach cobbler. So what you make for peach cobbler, yep. That's what I did to that.
So could the cinnamon have taken the color of it? So that's what we're looking at is the cinnamon color?
It did some.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never wanted to eat it. I never opened up no jar of it ever.
I can't like that.
Since 3/30/21.
I'm like, I'm not.
I mean 6/30/21. All right, T, I gotta go ahead and get in the car.
Okay.
I'll be in the audience. I got the car warming. I let the dogs go to the bathroom. They're going right back in the house. They're officially house dogs. They're no roundabout, around the way block.
Drive safe.
All right, holla.
All right, I'm gonna try to get back in these comments. Tia, breathe. It's okay. I've always wanted to learn, but they used to kick me out of the kitchen when I was young. I'm like that. I'm like that. Sometimes I'm just like, just let me do it. I'm with Tia. Don't take my treats when I hide them. Don't. I got multiple hiding spots in this house. And so I'll buy a whole bunch of bags of chips. My husband loves chips and dips. So I'll hide the potato chips in different areas. So if he'll be like, hey, can I get some chips? And like, let's say I had some hidden in here. Now this hiding space will not be in the rotation for a while because now he knows it's a hiding space and I have to go switch to a new hiding space. Wow, that is big. It is. Nope, I'm good with the order. You a lie. Hey, Philip B. I can't even tell y'all. Philip been cutting up this week. Asked Gina. Gina was like, wait a minute, not my Philip. Yes, you're Philip. Come and get him. That package will bring no running. It sure did. Now, Chewy is behind this chair, which is why I can't move it. He didn't hear nothing. Chewy out. Why y'all here talking about hiding snacks and I can't find my real velvet banana cake snack? They need to stop messing with it. You're right. Stick to the classic. Don't mess a good thing up. Too much sugar. Yeah. You're right. You saw I had them 2 little bites and that it was, and my teeth is sensitive too. I can't have a lot of sugar. You need a tall fence and a lock, Lydia. She does. No cookies, man. He packed up. Give him a gummy. I don't have any gummies. I would rather have gummies than Oreos. I would give up the Oreos for gummies. And I would share with him. If I had some gummies, I would share with him. You know, that's our thing. Erica. Marcus just texted me. Marcus down in the basement. He said, "What did you do to Kodak?" Kodak probably like, "Man, what you got to eat down here since she won't give me none of them cookies?" Oh my goodness. You can't see him. That's the basement. Kodak done went in the basement. Ain't nobody think about him. He'd be all right. Right, Gina. He was talking about it, and I thought I put it in the refrigerator. What did David say? Why didn't you read my comment? What was your comment, David? Well, she gone now. I'm an empty nester, so I don't have to hide my stuff anymore. You're right. Miss Cheryl, like I come home and I put my stuff away, and that's all I need to do. Do you remember where I hide stuff? Yes. Food, yes. And it's usually just potato chips or cereal. Like if I get 4 boxes of cereal, I'm only going to put 1 out because then they'll open them all. Food, yeah. Or like I'll do like applesauce cups or fruit cups and stuff. Now, the stuff that I don't remember is like my crafting stuff that I put up. I'm like, I'm going to put this up so I remember it, and I don't remember it. Or I'm going to hide this so I can remember it later. And I don't remember those things. But food, I be knowing where my food is. I do the same, Tia. Every time my husband finds my hiding spots, I know that's right. Because they be on it. I saw freeze-dried gummies. David. I'm going to have to make a run so I can get me some gummies tonight. Kodak, where they told his dad on you? Nobody care. Tell your dad. I still got the remote right here. Cut up if you want to. Lydia says she's in the ads. Well, you did beep him, Tia. Beeping him was like a warning. Like I said, get out. Back up. Go. He didn't get buzzed. And honestly, he can't feel them buzzes. He can't feel them buzzes because I had noticed. So I'll tell you what happened. This is probably like the 3rd thing that happened, which is why he had his collar on him at the time. I had got our carpets cleaned here in the house. And, because they run that whole stinky through the front door, I had both of the dogs in the back with me. So they wouldn't run out or anything because the door's not closed up. It's still open. So they come and they clean the carpets, and they're still in the room. I'm paying They leave. I lock the front door. I let the dogs out. Kodak goes out, walks around, looks at me. So I'm here. He's here, looks at me, and pees on my freshly cleaned carpet because it didn't smell like him. And I got... And what I figured out is because he's shedding so much, his hair's too long. So he wasn't even feeling the prongs. He just didn't want it on him. He wasn't even feeling the prongs. And I went and found the original box and it had some longer prongs in there. So I traded those out. And I have to turn it up to 5 to get the same type of reaction out of 1. Like if I put the original size prongs on there, to get the same size reaction out of 1, because his hair is so long, he can't even feel it. He ain't feeling nothing. So it ain't got the same effect, but he doesn't like the collar on him, period. He just don't like it on him. Sometimes it don't even be charged and I'll put it on him and he just, he calms down. What, DC? What, David? Thank you, Miss Felicia. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. With the ice cream. He ate our ice cream. He would have got more than Buzz. Yeah, y'all would have known. Kodak's at that stage. You know how you got like a 16-year-old kid, or like you got a son and he big. And it's like, you too big for me to beat your butt. And it's kind of like that with Kodak. He's just too big. For me, the equalizer is the collar. Marcus can handle him, but for me, the equalizer is the collar. And like I said, y'all see how he is with that collar. Kodak don't never go in the basement unless I go in the basement. So he don't went and ran ahead in the basement. So might be worth getting a collar if anybody had ever wondered about him. My straw keep falling in my cup, y'all. No, Kodak. Yes, he did, Roz. Yes, he did. See if I'm missing anything. All right. So does anyone else have any questions about canning or anything like that? Bella's too old for that. She is strong-willed, though. Chewy's kind of like that. Chewy's so old, it would never... Being collar trained would never work for him. Sometimes he's just oblivious. But Kodak, the very first time we went out of town, I had took him to a dog sitter. And I sat for a really long time with her, and she had another dog, and he was acting really aggressive towards her dog. So she asked me if she could put the collar on, and I told her, yeah. And she showed me how it worked and everything like that. So I felt like I had got some classes with that. And we used Rover, if anybody has used Rover, but she was in constant communication with me. By like day 3, he was, roaming the house and acting like he has some sense. But he in that teenager stage, he's not even 3 yet. So he like a 16-year-old boy, and you know how they get. What's the difference between ghee and butter? I don't know. Marcus keeps sending me pictures. Kodak done got it on a blanket, and he is just having himself a good time. I guess he done with me. Done with him too. Don't nobody care. I'm Googling it, Miss Cheryl. So from what I've always thought it was ghee was like a clarified butter, but I never knew what that meant. Ghee is a type of clarified butter originating from India. It is commonly used in India for cooking and traditional medicine. So ghee is typically prepared by skimming butter, which is churned from cream, skimming any impurities from the surface, then pouring and retaining the clear liquid fat, while discarding the solid residue that has settled to the bottom. Spices can be added by flavor. The texture, color, and taste of ghee depend on the quality of the butter, the milk source used in the process, and the duration of the boiling time. I did not know that. That was a great question. Gina, what is my favorite thing to can? Salsa. Tomato products, I guess. Salsa, tomatoes, tomato sauce. One, I feel like they hold up well over time. Two, we're going to use them in one way or another. We're going to use the salsa. We're going to use the tomato sauce. We're going to use the spaghetti sauce. We're going to use the tomatoes. It's going to get used. I don't like peeling the tomatoes, but I'm all down for doing like an all-day session of peeling tomatoes if I'm going to be able to get some nice products out of it. So do they make that collar for lip? I would say no, but sometimes I have been, because like when I take it off the charger, I have to press, there's a button on the inside of the collar, and I have to press the button on here just to make sure the frequencies are synced. And sometimes I'll be like, I wonder what happened if I press it. I never have, but I mean, really all you need is some type of flesh to touch it. Ghee has the solids removed. I did not know that. Is it a dairy? Because I see folks canning ghee. Is it a dairy at that point? I've seen people can butter. I'm Googling it. Miss Cheryl, did you ever get your planner? Here it is, February. I sent it. Okay, so the question is ghee dairy free? It's not dairy free, though ghee may be a good choice for people who are lactose intolerant. That's because it contains extremely low levels of lactose and milk protein. Miss Felicia coming with the knowledge. I've seen them can it too. I've seen people can like cream of mushroom soup. I've seen people can noodles. I've seen them do it. And that's kind of why I stress, just because let's be mindful the same way we do with our gardens, with our herbs, with anything. Just because we see somebody do it, don't think that you don't have to go do your own research. See if it's going to work for you. So just because you see somebody do it on YouTube, that doesn't mean that it's right. I told someone at work the other day, I don't remember what we were talking about, but I was like, that's like me writing a self-help book on how to make $1 million. Just because I write it and just because you read it, does that make it true? No. Just because I say it, just because I do it, doesn't mean that's necessarily right. So just be mindful of that. And there are some recipes that I'm sure you are 100% safe, but for like quality assurance, USDA says that we can't do it. Have I done every single recipe to the 100% specification that's in the book? No. So just be mindful. So that means it's good for canning. I've told Lydia, because she'll ask me something and I'll be like, I'm not going to tell you you can't do it. At the end of the day, you're going to do your own thing. I won't necessarily do it, but that doesn't mean you can't do it. That's what I said. Oh, David, I learned something. He said, I'm learning too. Miss Felicia says, do your research. Thank you. Hey, Tia. How are you? Good evening, Tia. Do you dunk your tomatoes in boiling water? I do. It's going to help getting those skins off faster. If I could just peel them, like sometimes with the peaches kind of have that same process where you need to like shock them. But sometimes if the peaches is ripe enough, I can get in between my nails, I can get the skin off. But for tomatoes, I can't really manage it. So yeah, for the tomatoes, my setup is usually I have my sink. I don't do ice baths too often because my ice, I don't want to waste ice. So I might do a little bit of ice, but it's mostly cold water. And then I got my stuff set up here on the stove. And then my other sink, because I usually get a big box or a big basket from the Amish market that I go to, they're filthy dirty. So like I'm washing them. I go straight from washing them. I rinse them. I score them, put them in the boiling water for 30 seconds and then into my cold water. And then I have just kind of like do that in batches, peel those, do what I'm going to do with them after I'm done peeling them, and do maybe another set of 10 or 20. I have a video where I did a big box. It takes all day, but it's so rewarding. I love tomatoes. And I'm not even a tomato eater, but they just make a great base for so much. And some people edit out part. Yep. You are so right about that, Martika. They edit stuff out. So you're not seeing everything that they're doing. The face, not the face. Everybody saying hi to Tia. She's saying, hey, all. Tia, are you talking to me? Do I have any delicata seeds? I do. I don't know where they are, so I might not. I started going through my seeds this week and going to all my hiding places. And I'm still missing seeds. I was telling Gina that just today. I'm like, I know I have some seeds somewhere. I think they're either in the garage, which it's cold, so I'm not worried about going out there right now, or they're behind there. You see where that box is? There's a small little closet door. They're in there. I have a couple of gardening things in there, which means those won't get out for a while because I'm not pulling all that stuff out right now. But yeah, I know I had delicata seeds last year. I planted delicata seeds. Something happened to them. It wasn't Kodak, but something happened to, I don't know if we just got like a rainstorm or something dug them up, because I know they started to come up, but something happened to them. But I have seeds. I don't know where they are. So I'm going to say yes, Lydia. Don't send me any, because then I might find any. If I don't find them, I'll get you or Gina to send me some. Tomatoes are fun, but a lot of work. You got that right. A lot of work. I enjoyed the chow chow. I like chow chow, Miss Felicia. Or Miss Cheryl. I like chow chow. Can you can the pepper soup? I think you can. I was telling Gina about that. My only drawback is the cauliflower. I don't see very many. I'm going to look it up while I'm thinking about it. I don't see very many cauliflower canning recipes. Remember, like I said, you got to consider every ingredient that's in there. I don't see many cauliflower canning recipes. The ones that I can think of off the top of my head are pickled. So I'm not sure what the deal is with canning the cauliflower rice. So I'm going to my go-to. You can't see that. The National Center for Home Food Preserving. I got a book. I type in NAT. It pops up on my phone. I already know. I'm going to do a little search. I'm going to type in cauliflower. The suggestions that come up say freezing cauliflower, pickled cauliflower, mixed vegetables with cauliflower, but I can see the head, like the title, and then the ingredients, and one of the ingredients, 5 cups of white vinegar. Therefore, it's being pickled. They're adding acid to it. So I'm going to say you can the pepper soup. However, you need to leave out the rice cauliflower or just regular rice. You can can the pepper soup as a base, and when you heat it up, add your rice or add your cauliflower rice. I will be doing that. I don't know if I'm going to do a live or if I'm going to do a regular video, but we love that pepper soup so much. I will be canning that. Yum, yum. My burgers are done. I'm eating it with a side of turnip greens and burgers. Unicorn Lady wants to know where hers at. Lydia. Oh, Lydia needs delicata seeds. Why didn't I send her any last year when I had them in my hand? Because I knew where they were. You want mine? If I find them, I'll send you some. Oh, I have some seed requests, you guys. She reminded me. Let me get through the chat first. You want mine? If I find some, I'll send you some. I know I had them. I just don't know where they are. Grab a plate, Unicorn. I have always wanted to make chow. Chow chow. We knew what you meant. What about cauliflower rice? So Lydia had asked me if the pepper soup recipe, if we can can that. And I said, you absolutely can it. You just, when you're canning it, you need to leave out the cauliflower rice or the regular rice. You can can it as a base. And then add your cauliflower rice or regular rice once you open it up. But like I said, there will either be a live or a video coming about that because we love that pepper soup. And then to have a jar of it in my desk for when I just want some, yes, please. Yes, I'll take it. Thank you. The soup does have acidity from tomatoes, but not the same amount of acidity. Is that what you're saying? Not the same amount of acidity if you were using like store-bought vinegar. That's why they're always so strict on using store-bought vinegar. That's going to be your 5%. That's also going to, if you're not getting a pickling brine recipe from a trusted source and you want to kind of make your own brine because there's too strong or whatever, you can make your own brine, but you will need at least 50% store-bought, 5% vinegar, and then you can add in your water or whatever, but at least 50-50. So yes, I can see that the tomatoes are bringing acid, but tomatoes sit on the fence and those aren't strictly acidic ingredients. You still got everything else. So it's not enough acid to pickle the cauliflower rice. Can't wait to see that. I don't do carbs. I love them. The wife's burger has buns. I would do that. Thank you very much. You are welcome very much. So I have questions. You guys, I have seed requests. Does anybody have any fish pepper seeds? Or the lemon drop seeds? And I feel like I've asked you a couple of times, Mike, but I haven't seen an answer. The chat, my ear is itching, you guys. Like my hair is irritating my ear. So I'm like pulling it, but scratching it. But Mike, I don't think I've seen like an answer, maybe just because the chat was popping. Can you tell me can you tell me again where you purchased your pepper varieties from? Because I want peppers. But yes, I am in search of fish pepper seeds, calendula, and echinacea. I want to grow those. Unless, Miss Felicia, does the echinacea have to do like the cold stratification thing? Because that's a little complicated. I don't know if I have that in me. Yeah, I know. Just enough. I can't do nothing too complicated. Were those the one you were looking for? Yes, those were the ones I was looking for. The fish, the lemon drop, calendula, and echinacea. But like I said, if I got to do like pre-stuff before putting the seeds in the dirt or the hydroponics thing, I'll just go buy the herbs. But I had kind of just wanted to grow my own for herbs. I'm tired of the straw. You know what? I'm up here fighting. And I got extra straws for them cups I be having. Seeds. Thank you, Mike. If you guys can see, he said Sandia seeds. I'm going to write that down so I have it. All right, you guys, I need some more water. I will be right back. Gina, that water was so good. I drank it up that fast. And my gardener might have some. I want fish pepper seeds too. And candy cane. I saw candy cane the other day. Where did I see him at? But I didn't want to get them because I was getting fish peppers. And I didn't know how similar the two of them were. Hi. Hi. You saying to tell everybody hi? What were you doing downstairs? What were you doing downstairs? You can go lay down? What are candy cane peppers, Ross asked? So this says the candy cane pepper, also known as the fish pepper, develops green and white stripes. Are they the same thing? So, right, Ross, they have stripes. Like, let's see if I can find a picture for you. They're pretty. Can you kind of see? It's like green. It says it's white, but it's more like a yellow. And then the red one has almost like an orange stripe. It says they have a wonderful, it's a wonderful tasting fruit. It is a hot pepper, but I didn't find it like, it wasn't really hot at all. Lydia says, I want free seeds. Y'all heard her. I think I have some echinacea seeds. I'm checking. Thank you, Unicorn Lady. I grew herbs in a Dollar Tree storage container with holes in the lid, no pump or bubbles. That's what I did say that this coming in the spring, once I get all my seed stuff out, that I'm gonna set up all of my hydros, all of them. And one of the hydros is going to be just for lettuce, the other one just for herbs, and then the other one, the third one, I had wanted to do like tea herbs. He's not getting hit. I'm just heavy-handed. They like it. I need to check my seeds, see what I have. I may have some of those. Thank you, Miss Felicia. Snitching. He was telling. He and his Phillies. He'd be okay. You be all right. Don't step on Chewy. Kodak, you back. Yeah, I think he probably heard me in the kitchen and thought he was getting something to eat or something. That's probably what happened when I went and got my water. He came upstairs because the basement is right under it. I just got the one pack of seeds. Else I'd share. I feel you. Yeah. You need all them for one bed. Hey, Demu. If he talk back, I'm going to bed. He can talk. He's a talker. Can you see? There's Chewy, the brown one. And then Kodak is right here, white. He's little. You can see his eye. But Kodak is a talker. When he feels like it, very temperamental. If he feels like talking, we're going to have a conversation. If he don't feel like it, he going to look at you like, I don't care what you say. Candy cane sweet fish is hot, I thought. That's what it said. But is candy cane and fish the same, Mike? Are they the same? Yeah, they're pretty, aren't they, Roz? Roz, do you eat hot peppers? I don't think you do you? Let me put the top on this before I spill it. Found them. Thank you, Unicorn Lady. Thank you, Mike. How many do I have? How many Hydro Gardens do I have? I have 3. I have a 12 pod, a 7 pod. Both of those are the I do's. And then I have, what is it? The In Bloom. That's what, 4 pods? 4 or 5? 5 pods? It is sad. I only know and have had bell peppers and jalapeno. Hearing y'all name all these varieties blows my mind. I mean, same, Artika. I had no idea. I knew there was hot. I knew there was habanero, jalapeno, and I knew there were the bell peppers, but I didn't know. I just really like growing peppers. I have good success with peppers. I'm not a gardener. I'm not going to give any types of tips. You ain't going to hear anything out of me. But the last few years, I've had good success with peppers, and I like them. So I'm all about the variety because I want them all. Give me the peppers. You have some calendula. Miss Felicia, may I have some calendula? Am I saying that right? As long as I don't got to do the code stratification thing. Martika, right? I only know the dollar store and Dollar General kind. There are so many. And I was looking at this one website. It was called Pepper Joe's, maybe? That. Now that. And I was telling Gita, like I was just reading off some of the names. And I was like, I won't be eating that. I ain't eating that. Y'all keep them peppers. Whatever was like Satan's kiss. Come on now. I'm good. Come on now. Nah, I'm good. I did get your seeds ready, Miss Felicia. I will mail them to you. Martika, you need to order some seed books. Yes. Even that now, I know a lot of people do Baker's Creek, but apparently Baker's Creek don't send me seed catalogs. I have requested multiple times and they don't. Which is fine. But this one is Johnny's Selected Seeds. I never heard of them. They just sent it to me this year. Johnny's Selected Seeds and Burpee. I get Burpee a lot. And then I get another one. Can't think of the name of it, but I get another one all the time. But yeah, those seed catalogs. Oh, look at here, look at. She said, "Oh, we talking about gardens." Well, Well, let me just jump in.
Look, I just got my freedom papers. My grandson is picked up. Him daddy came got him.
Awful convenient. We just started talking about the garden.
I know. I was like, we was talking about seeds. I chimed in a little bit and then I saw his headlights. I was like, oh, daddy's here.
I think different. They're different, Mike. They're different. Roz says no, she does not like hot stuff. So, I'm always willing to share with you, Roz, but you're not getting the hot stuff. They all taste different. Can you plant these seeds in the house? No, I don't eat spicy or hot, but they are good though. Yes, you're right. You can absolutely plant them in the house. You can get them started in the house and then transplant them outside, or you can just keep them in the house. Peppers are good for the house. Or you can do like a little hydroponics garden, like the ones that I have.
Just know what you have in them. Because there's a mystery plant in mine.
You said it was a pepper.
I don't know what kind, Tia. I don't recall planting pepper seeds.
I'll tell you like I tell Marcus. Just because you don't remember it doesn't mean it didn't happen. I don't remember my birth, but it apparently happened.
Listen, I'm like, I just wouldn't have thought I would have done such a thing. Mike, don't laugh at me. Make sure I am refreshed. My daughter wanted to hang out with her cousins, and dad was at work. So I was like, he doesn't work far from me. He works at a hospital. She's like, you want me to have him come get him in case I'm still out? I was like, I don't really care either way. But since he's already over here, he might as well.
Did he fall asleep?
No. He was fine. He was sleepy when he got here. He fell his sleep the whole time.
Did I tell you? I said, you might look out. And you might not look out.
He probably sleep at this very minute. He probably fell asleep 2 minutes into the car ride.
Car wasn't even out your driveway yet.
So he'll be asleep by the time Dad get home. Destiny might show up at the same time. Who knows? They might show up at home at the same time.
All different flavors of heat, and you know where the heat hits you. Yeah, they're all different.
I love hot peppers. So this is my type of conversation. But also, you guys were talking about. Now I don't know anything about the fish peppers. Candy cane peppers are a sweet pepper.
Okay.
I thought fish peppers were a spicy pepper. Candy canes are the ones that I've had are a bell pepper with the stripes.
Okay. I don't remember buying fish peppers last year. I know I bought my peppers from Starts. I don't remember buying fish peppers, but I remember they came up when they came up, the leaves are striped as well. And I can remember me thinking, well, that particular one must have a disease or something, because I don't remember buying anything striped. And then as the peppers came along and they start to grow and they have their stripes, I'm like, that must be how it is. And I looked it up, like I took a picture and looked it up. And I was like, oh.
Hey, Mona, I saw you come in, girl.
Hey, Mona.
But Ron, he thinks he has to keep me entertained. He thinks he does. So, and Miss Felicia asked you, did you say chamomile? Is that what you needed, chamomile?
No, I said calendula and echinacea. I have.
However, Miss Felicia, I think that Lydia said she needed chamomile.
She did. Lydia did a pop-up live today.
She did.
Email me, Tia. Yes, ma'am. I will email you.
Did some people come through with the peppers? I was going to do a community post. Did anybody come through with the peppers? Anybody in the chat got peppers?
Mike said he has some, but he's gonna Mike said he has some, but he's gonna wait and see what germinates. He said, what you're not gonna do is take my last. I said, that's right. I feel you. I ain't mad at you. I ordered from
I'm gonna do a community post first. because
Okay.
it's probably a lot of people who grow those. Mike is the first person I ever seen grow the lemon ones.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've ever seen the fish ones, but I heard him say that he grows that one as well.
I didn't even know what a fish one
Miss
was.
Cheryl said I have lots of which one, Miss Cheryl? What does she have lots of?
Where I'm looking.
Does
I
she have
swear.
seeds, or are we talking about something else? I do have Felicia. I know Miss Felicia. Lydia was saying she does have seeds for you. I did know that because I saw them earlier. She has a stack of seeds that she's sending you.
Hey, Mona. I think.
Peppers, yes, Mona. Tia's looking for the fish peppers and the lemon drop.
Mm-hmm. The lemon drop.
The lemon drop, and she's looking for calendula. And what else? 'Cause
Echinacea.
you know, Mona, I have echinacea. I'll send you some echinacea.
Does echinacea have to do the code certification thing?
That's what Miss Felicia told me.
You
Can
keep
you
your
confirm,
echinacea.
Miss Felicia?
Then you can keep your echinacea.
You can do that right now. Like, but it'll code stratify now. Why mine are outside in dirt. So when the spring comes, it's just gonna do what it needs to do. That's what I'm assuming. Put it in the pot.
I don't have a pot, Gina.
Go to the Dollar Tree.
I don't have a Dollar Tree, Gina.
That's a lie. She probably got two.
I'd like chamomile. I do have chamomile. Miss Cheryl, I can send you some. I have lots. I do have seeds, Miss Felicia. Everybody's talking.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait a minute. I missed something. None.
I may try planting some seeds that are not hot in the house. Now I won't be able to plant out. I get it. Tia, I will be asking, yeah. Yeah, Roz, we got you. Roz, I think something for you, though. Like, you might really like hydroponics. Like, behind Gina, can you see behind Gina's shoulder? That's her hydroponic system. And that's just water. That's no dirt. So you don't got to worry about lugging around dirt or anything like that. It's just water, and it grows in there, and it's a light over it. You might like that, Roz. But, like, it doesn't even need to be peppers. You can have your own, like, fresh herbs, or whatever it is that you liked. I grew like dwarf tomatoes. I never saw those tomatoes because Mimi would come and just take them and pop them. I like to do lettuce, and then I always have fresh lettuce, so you might like that too, Roz.
D-Mood, do you have some hot pepper seeds?
Under the peppers.
I know you be growing too. What drama, Miss Cheryl? I missed it. Oh, me calling her out on the Dollar Tree.
Tina has fish peppers. I thought I had them fine round. Okay.
Okay. Just put the seed in the fridge for 2 weeks before planting. I just planted them because it's cold as heck here. It was a nice day when I put them out there, and I knew it was going to get cold. Yeah, we'll see. And Roz, just know that peppers, they take now, in the hydroponics, they didn't take that long. But growing peppers typically they take a while.
They do. They do.
So you'll feel like it's something you're doing. It's not. They're slow.
Miss Vanessa, I have something back there. I wouldn't necessarily
She
call it
has
a garden.
small garden. Mm-hmm. She has it's a raised bed. She has a raised bed. She has a huge yard, Miss Vanessa. She needs more space. She needs to expand or die.
75% of that is Kodak.
That's not fair. He doesn't need that much space.
But he's got to run. He's got to be able, because if he doesn't run out there, he's going to be in my house cutting up. And that's probably his problem because of the snow, he ain't been able to go outside. And
I was about to tap on the person's comment. I'm like, this is not my live.
I tried to last night on your live.
Lydia says she has lemon drop.
Lydia.
And she don't do no hot peppers. She
But
don't like
Miss Vanessa, I have a couple of gardening videos, but I never was really a gardener before. And I'm still very much a beginner, so I don't really share my videos because they're a hot mess. I'm telling you right now, they're a hot mess. Hot mess. But I don't call myself a gardener, but yes, I have a garden.
They come back up, Liddy. She said she back home.
Do you need me to put the
She got it in her email.
I'm just gonna do it anyways.
Peppers seem to take forever. They do.
What's a while? Roz says. I think it's like 90 days at least. And here and in our area, 90 days is our growing season. That's why I do peppers from start to lot.
I start mine indoors probably 6 to 8 weeks before putting them outside. It's probably another 30 to 45 days before I have a harvest, maybe a little more than that.
Thank you, Miss Vanessa. And here's my thing. I have a heating pad. I have a grow light. I have all that stuff. I don't have a place to put it. That
the rigs that I have made in this space for those items. I agree. I don't have anywhere to put them.
I was just thinking I would have to like clear a printer or like the Cricut, and it would just have to. I'd have to do some moving.
That's not gonna work. The printer and the Cricut are necessary.
Or to just be a random table. Why y'all got that table back there? It's all the space I got.
Do you have space in the basement?
Yes, there's plenty of space in the basement.
You could be in the basement with
now, my thing about the basement is the basement does get cold. It's freezing down there. Is that going to make a difference, even with a heating pad on and a light?
Yeah, I don't know. That I don't know.
You guys, what do you think? Because I can put it downstairs in the basement.
Yeah.
Use this train table. He don't got the train set up, so I'm use it for that.
Yeah. I don't know, because my basement it's not like it's warm as this level. That's just because my husband is hot. Most men are hot-blooded, so it's comfortable for him. And there's a heating system down there that's separate. Mm-hmm. And so he keeps it to the temperature that's comfortable.
I know, because he's sitting down there and he done took his shirt off and everything. But to me, it's freezing. Maybe I'll have to really take
with a sweatshirt.
I do have like a thermostat because for the garden, for the greenhouse. Costco has a greenhouse, y'all.
Like what kind of greenhouse? One of those pop-up type ones or actual greenhouse?
Greenhouse, more like it was like shed size.
Ooh.
And it wasn't glass. It was like, I don't know what you call it, plastic, whatever. I'm gonna let y'all guess how much it costs. But maybe I'll take like the thermos thing down there.
300-400. Oh, they went crazier than that. Oh, girl, bye. Costco can.
Because I was going to take a picture and send it to you until I saw that price tag. That's not in the budget.
If it was in the budget, it ain't in the budget.
But yeah. What's too cold to start my seeds? If it's like 65, is that too cold?
Demu said no, too cold.
Too cold.
Okay, I'm so willing to try. I think, oh, definitely do it, Rosalind. I'm not saying, I didn't want you to think that when you see it slow growing, it was something wrong. Honey, you're going to get plenty of peppers. Once they come,
peppers.
once they come, they come.
I'll help you, Rosin. You got a birth? No, you don't. I'm sorry. I was going to say your birthday was Valentine's Day, February 14th, but your birthday is in September. So I must be thinking about Crystal. Was Crystal's birthday February 14th? Because I was going to say, check your mail. But no, your birthday's in September, Roz.
Yes, I just didn't want you to think like, because I'm telling you, this cup ain't got hardly nothing in it. They just take a while. I don't know why, but peppers just take a while. There's nothing wrong with it, and if you're growing it inside, you can grow them all year round.
The greenhouse at Costco was $1,200.
I saw people asking in the chat though, but I was over it when you said it was over 300.
Miss Cheryl's birthday is the 10th, and Ross says yes, Crystal, and your mom. So Aunt Emma's birthday was the 14th, so that's who I was thinking about. Valentine's babies. Peppers need over 40 or over 70 degrees. Even if I have a heating pad, hot peppers need hot temperature.
We're talking about starting them though. You can start them, and I've started mine in my house. Now my house probably does sit at a nice 70 degrees.
Because I think that's why I always get the pepper starts, because by the time it's warm enough outside, I can put seeds into the ground, and I usually do put seeds in the ground, but I still want to be able to harvest something before those come up. So I usually get the starts because I don't start in the house.
Yeah, see, I just start in the house and transplant when it's hot.
I started in the house before I had Philip.
Don't do him. We're not doing this today. Yeah, she be trying to come for my boy. He is such a good dog.
You know what he did this week.
Yes, I think you'll enjoy growing it. And also with a pepper plant, throw something else in that pot, some herbs around that pepper plant.
That's what says.
Get more bang for your buck. Throw you some parsley or some some thyme, some rosemary, some basil.
Basil.
Right, Tia, $1,200. They done lost their everlasting mind.
Because I went inside it and I didn't see the price tag, and I was like, well, not really to write home about, but I mean, it's okay. It's okay. And I walked out and I closed the door, and when I closed the door, I saw the tag. I said, oh no. No, I'm good, thanks. I was like, I will get one of them sheds for $300.
Yes. That's why I said that, because I bought my shed I got it from Sam's, and I think it was a couple hundred.
And it wasn't even a nice one. It wasn't like, oh, this is nice.
That's why I already knew that. That's why I didn't have more conversation about it, because I know what they carry at both of them spots, because I be there. So I mean, they be nice, but not for $1,200 nice.
No, not for $1,200. Let me see how much you got that going for in September, October.
You could get an actual shed with like glass windows and everything that you can use as what were we talking about? The grow? I'm thinking grow tent, but that's not what it's called. Greenhouse. That you could use as a greenhouse for less than that. I've seen them at Lowe's and Home Depot for like $400 or $500.
It says you cannot expect a dog to be a person. A dog is a dog. That's just nature.
He is a person.
I just know that there's no dirt safe around Kodak.
No. D-Moo said plant the peppers with basil.
Yes, definitely.
That's a good pairing, I guess.
Thank you, D-Moo.
I plan on putting onions around my pepper plants and my tomato plants this year. Not just like, I mean, it just really to get more onions in my garden, not so much for the pest control.
How is your celery looking?
They're still small, but it's still growing. Celery is another one that takes a long time.
Okay.
So I'm just, once it gets of a decent size, I'm going to transplant it up into a bigger pot
Mm-hmm.
and let them grow still under the grow lights for a while there until it, I'll probably transplant them out before we go into the true spring temps,
Yeah.
because the celery can handle a little coldness. As
Cold.
long as it's not freezing, it'll be fine. Well, as long as it's well established. So I'm figuring I'll probably transplant it out in late April. And I know some people in the chat are like, late April, it's cold, honey. Yes,
It's gonna snow.
it might freeze.
Marcus said today, he was like, we're almost through winter, aren't we? We got about 2 good more snowstorms in us.
Yeah. Oh, easily.
Don't count it out yet.
Easily. Yes. D-Mood said he plants all his pepper and tomatoes with basil. They are great companions.
Mm-hmm. I love the
I
tomatoes.
planted my tomatoes with basil.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not growing any tomatoes this year.
I'm not growing as many this year. I think I'm just doing 4 plants of tomatoes. I had a small number for, not a small, but a smaller number than last year for peppers, but it keeps growing.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't guarantee I won't grow as many peppers. It's out of control. Actually, my garden plan is sitting over here. So
And does it keep getting longer and longer?
It might, because what happened was
Yeah.
When I was doing my garden plan, I have a entire 4x4 bed that has nothing in it. Actually, it only has one thing in it. It has, I want to say, the delicata squash, and that's it. So I have 1, 2, 10, 12 pepper plants so far. Hold on. Why are y'all yelling at me? Jeez.
I got 12. 12 is on my list. But I really think peppers are going to make up 90% of what I plant. I'm not planting tomatoes. I haven't had good luck with like the squash and zucchini and cucumbers and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I might do okra, but I just do that for Marcus. And then lettuce I'll do in the hydro garden. But outside, I think I'm going to do just 90% peppers. I'm going to take one of my containers, and I just want all the different types of basil in there. I just want a bunch of basil. I have basil everywhere. I consume it daily. See, Miss Vanessa, that's what I want. We go through basil. And what we don't go through, I'm going to dehydrate.
Where's my middle? Oh, there they are.
David says, glad I'm not on that end. Texas is great weather. We know, David.
Who said that?
David.
I didn't even know David was still here. I
thought David was gone
too. But in the bed, I thought I had a delicata squash in there. That's not what's in there. All I got is some carrots in that bed. So I have a lot of space to fill in. And the reason I looked up when we were talking about peppers, and I said I have 12, but that's 12 that are written down. But I keep getting like people sending me things, and they want to grow things, especially if they're unique peppers that I haven't grown before. But I keep telling myself at the same time, you don't have to grow them all this year, Gina. You don't have to grow them all this year. But what I'm not going to do is have a bed that's not growing something. We're going to put something, it's going to be some stuff in that bed. So we're going to figure it out. Get like you this season. My skin's going be nice.
Miss Cheryl says, I do remember the snow days. Glad to be gone. 45. Yeah, the snow. And the cold. We ain't had no really like dip down. Well, what was it? Christmas Eve we did where it got super cold, but
it did here yesterday.
Did it? It got
I mean, we didn't
cold.
go into the negatives, but we were like in the teens with the feels like.
I know one morning I was going to take a picture to Lydia and I was watching the news and it says 6 degrees. And I was like, let me go get my phone. And when I came back, it said 5. I said, how is it going to drop that quick?
Just like that. And then today, guys, now mind you, I said, now my high yesterday, I think was 23, 24 degrees. And today it was like in the upper 40s. And tomorrow it's going to be in the upper 40s. And then next week is going to be in the upper 40s, hopefully. But who knows? It might dip down again because, you know, the earth doesn't like Ohio.
That's just how it is around here.
You know,
I got my beanie cap. So I got my hair braided, y'all, as you can see. And my hair be cold. So I said I was going to get me a beanie cap and I was going to sew my bonnet to the inside. That way when I put my cap on.
Don't talk about no bonnet with David. He going to come for you, girl. He stay coming for Urban.
Ask me if I can. Because I got that beanie cap and I will be sewing it out. That way I could put my beanie cap on when I go outside. I'll be cold.
It's actually supposed to be in the 40s and 50s all week, except for Saturday. It's supposed to be a high in the 30s.
That's not bad at all.
And actually, the funny thing is, David, it got cold there. He's in Texas, and it was frosty because there was ice on the ground.
Gina, I got you beat. It's supposed to be 50 on Tuesday.
It might be 50 on Tuesday. Let's see. I got no. Yes. 54 is my high for Tuesday, 53 for Wednesday, 55 for Thursday, 50 for Friday, and then it's going to dip down to 37.
Well, I have on Monday 38, Tuesday 50, Wednesday 45, Thursday 49, and Friday 44.
Oh, so I'm beating you. We're a little warmer than you. You too close to Chicago. You probably catch you some of that. Y'all my buffer from Illinois. Indiana is my buffer.
We're freezing tomorrow. By my birthday, it will be so. Oh my goodness.
So in a matter of 4 days, roughly, tomorrow's the 5th. Yes. So in a matter of 5 days, you'll be up to 70 degrees. That is crazy.
Wow. Getting sick weather. Keep something on your head. Is that when you're back home from doing dishes? Well, you gotta do your dishes, Mike. Thank you, Rise. That don't even make sense. But okay, David.
He don't. He a vampire for real. He be with the vampire club.
Miss Felicia, Mona, all
I was telling Bougie that yesterday. She's like, I didn't know Felicia was a. I was like, yeah, Miss Felicia's a vampire. Mona, all that. She's like, I knew about Mona. It's like, yeah, they be up.
I thought I was bad. No, they got me beat.
Listen, I heard somebody say yesterday. It might have been David was like, G, come up to play. I watched it today, by the way, David. It wasn't, I didn't hear this yesterday. G, come up and play the game. And Lydia was like, Gina sleep.
Gina was
I fell asleep listening to y'all. I saw Miss Shirley come up. I saw y'all start playing, and that's all I remember. And then I woke up in the morning and I listened to it on my way to go to get my hair done this morning.
Gina forever waking people up, y'all.
It was an accident. I didn't even know how it happened. I had it in my pocket, and I was like, "Oh." Their husbands probably was like, "Who calling you this early?"
I said, and then I woke up. I got up and went to the bathroom because I was texting you and stuff. And I was like, I'm about to get up. I'm about to tell Marcus, let's go get some breakfast. Like, we're going to get our day started early. And I went back to sleep.
See, I did come home, though. I told you I came home at 8 and went to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I was exhausted. I still am.
Miss Felicia said, we got stuff to do. Miss Felicia, I need to craft. Mike, I was up. Unicorn Lady, you was up with him last night. Miss Felicia said, I heard that.
A lot of people was. I saw the chat jumping.
Mm-hmm. Mona don't sleep. Mona don't. I got in Mona's last night. She's like, TT, what you doing up this late? About 10 minutes later, I was out.
Mm-hmm. Why you say that, Lydia? Talk about that's what you better remember, Gina. Because I was fussing this morning. I was like, y'all was cheating, GT. And was.
I responded to that. I will collaborate that. The GT said it first a couple times.
Yeah, he did.
On our ends.
That's what I said. It's on our end because when y'all all up there in the chat, it will muffle out somebody and then you hear this other one. And I said, I told her, I said, he took it on the chin, though, because I would have been like, I said that.
Demo says, TT, do you have canning videos for beginner? I want to start canning this year. I feel like they're all canning for beginner.
Yes. Demo, pull up. Look, let's start with the easy. We're going to do some jam here soon. Pull up.
So go through my playlist and just look for what it is that you want to can. I'll say probably stuff that gets water bath canned is easier than it being pressure canned. But that's in my opinion. But, you know, you have like Lydia and others that prefer to pressure can. So all depends on what you want to do. And then every Saturday, I'm lying. Almost every Saturday I go live and we can live. This is usually when we would be canning something live, but I wanted to just kind of do a Q&A, something a little different, more laid back. So like if there's ever anything that you specifically want to see canned or you want to can along with us, either just in your home or you even want to come on up, let us know. We're here for it. We're here for it.
Yep. And I agree. I think the water bath is the easiest because most people have a way to water bath can. If you got a stock pot, that's all I used when I first started water bath canning is my stock pot that I used to cook my greens or whatever in. I did salsa. That was the first thing I canned, but this was some years ago. But my favorite things probably to can have been salsa, pasta sauce, all water bath, the jams and jellies, but probably also right there with it, which is a pressure canning thing, is that vegetable broth.
Yes.
That is a staple for me now. Like, don't miss me with all the other stuff. I'm going to be making my own vegetable broth because it's so flavorful.
I went down there the other day and saw that where I usually pick from, there was only 4 more things in vegetable broth. I was like, I know you lying. I know you lying. But Marcus had put them on the other side. I was like, oh, okay. I need to come down here and put it the way I'm going to reach for. Because I was like, I know I did not go through all that vegetable broth that quick.
Right. That's how I felt when I went through. Oh, I wasn't done all the way through it, but it was getting low. And I was like, I need more. Just y'all's favorite. GT is not. GT was on your team, David. We're cheering for you. We were rooting for you,
Miss Cheryl. Yeah, I'll walk you through it. I'm here for you. I'm here for you.
As far as that blanket for 2 or 1. You better stop, David.
You better stop.
What's a good, Demu said, what is a good suggested pressure canner?
I think the most popular ones are Presto or Miro. Depending on where you are, you may see Miro more. I have a Menards here. Here at Menards, I always see Miro. I guess they just don't stock Presto, but Presto's at Walmart. Like Presto's more common where I am. There's the All American canner that is a little bit more expensive. I would say I would not jump into an All American canner. It's more expensive, but it is worth it. Mm-hmm. One thing to keep in mind about the All American is a different type of metal, so it is heavier. When it's loaded with water and food, it's going to be extra heavy. That's the part that I can't do because I have a glass top and I would have to pick it up and move it. I can't do that. It's just too heavy. So just some things to be mindful of.
Yeah.
And if you have a glass top or not.
Yep, I agree with that. And we both have Prestos. We actually have 2 Prestos.
Mine are behind
16 and 23.
Mm-hmm.
So the 23 allows for you to stack. If you're doing pints, you can stack them and get a total of 14. Or is it 20?
It's 20 because 10 on the bottom. 10 pints on the bottom.
Yeah. So 20 pints at one time. And the 16 is you would just go to the 10. Most times you won't need to speed stacking them. But like when we did our vegetable broth the second time, I knew I wanted more, so I was stacking.
And sidetrack.
Okay.
This was loose. I was looking for my little screwdriver. This is my 16 Presto. Bottom of it. Inside of it. Been through the ringer.
But it still get the job done.
It get the job done. And then this is the 23.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I would say water bath, if you're just getting into it, it just gets you a little comfortable with how the process goes. The thing about water bath, outside of there are 2 different type of cannies. Water bath usually doesn't take long processing.
Mm-hmm.
Jams and jellies are like 10 minutes or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
The pasta sauce and salsas are what, maybe 20, 25 minutes or something, 15. I don't know. I haven't made any in a while.
Mm-hmm.
How long do you think salsa is? It's not that long.
I pressure can my salsa.
Go bye. No.
I pressure can my salsa.
I know you can. For how long though?
What'd you say?
For how long though?
I don't know. I have it written down. I don't know it off the top of my head. Here's why. Because with salsa, if anybody doesn't know, I am a master home food preserver.
And is. I'm not making it up. So with tomatoes, they're right on that fence. They can be water bath canned. They can be pressure canned. They can be both. When you're water bath canning it, you want to follow your instructions to the T because you don't want to put too many veggies in it. And now you have a more veggie centered salsa than tomato centered salsa, which then means it needs to be pressure canned. You got to add some acid to it or something because the veggies, the low acidic food, can't be water bath canned. I load mine with veggies. I like a thick, chunky salsa.
So I'm gonna have a lot of peppers in it, a lot of garlic, a lot of onions in it. I'm following the recipe, but I'm also, like I said, sometimes I do stray away. I'm gonna put more peppers in it or something like that. Therefore, for my peace of mind, I pressure can it.
Yeah, I was looking to see the processing time for the water bath. I do water bath for I don't know. I might have did pressure for my pasta sauce, but I know I absolutely did not for my salsa. But I
I
did
pressure my
follow the
pasta sauce.
recipe to the T. I did not like, and I get what you're saying, because if you add more veggies and stuff, now you're dealing with the acidity for the pressuring for the keeping your food safe from botulism or anything like that. So, but it's 15 minutes processing, which I knew it wasn't long for like your salsa. Like I said, I don't even remember for sure because I did my pasta sauce with you, so I probably did pressure.
I do pressure can my pasta sauce too. Again, I'm not measuring those ingredients, and I like a chunky one. So it's gonna. I got mushrooms. I got onions. I got the stuff in there. I got it in there.
Yeah, that's the thing. When we did salsa, she likes her salsa chunky. And I like mine, the restaurant style, the real fine salsa. So we did do that differently. Probably the same with pasta sauce because she likes her pasta sauce chunky.
I like it chunky.
No.
I know. I like it chunky. I want to see those. I want to see those veggies. I just want to taste
it. I just want to taste it. I want to see it.
Gina, what's up with every other nail painted red? That's the style, David.
This is my Valentine's Day, so it's the red and white. David, just in case you need to know. That's all that is. I was being a little spicy with the.
That's the style.
Choice.
Every other. You stacked it twice.
Yeah, I've done it a couple times as well, Miss Cheryl. I will try water bath first. Ooh, blueberries. Oh yeah,
that is my favorite. Mixed berry.
Pick all the fruits.
Mixed berry.
Do them separate or all together, whatever your desire. And
also take into account how much space is above the stove. That is so right. Because when I was getting my new one, I had to consider that. How much space is above the stove.
And for you guys who have a microwave above your stove.
Mine too. Got to think about that too. Open that door if it's electronic.
Yeah, because that steam is going to affect that.
I have a glass top
It's
stove.
funny to me, like things like that were a thing at one time, and now a lot of contractors nobody's wanting that anymore because they see how much of an issue it has been for certain things. It's just like my house, it has ceramic floors in the kitchen. I'm like, why was this ever a thing? I hate it. The thing about ceramic floors, they have grout. That grout never looks the same. It never looks as pretty as it did the day they put it in. Anyway, I digress.
So I have a glass top. So I had a Kenmore, I think, when we moved into this house, and I started canning shortly after that. And I don't know if the stove was already going out or if I burned it out with what I was doing with the canning, but I do know it slowly started to. I think it was the stove because the oven was doing it too, where like the heating elements were dying and everything. So when we got the new stove, we have a Samsung. That was one thing that I looked for. I went to the website and looked to see what it said about canning. It said there's no problem with it with canning, just don't. So when you're done canning, you need to take the canner and move it off that eye because that eye is still hot. If you have electric, don't drag it. They want you to pick it up. That's the only thing. Pick it up. So For mine it was. But that was one thing that I considered when we got a new one.
I was today years old when I learned that.
That you weren't supposed to drag it.
Moving on.
You don't be seeing me picking that thing up. You don't. I ain't picking it up because it's Tuesday. Picking it up.
Y'all ain't never seen. Look, y'all done been in these lives. Y'all ain't never seen me pick that thing up. Y'all need to scream at me. I didn't know. I know now.
Don't drag.
I just slide it to the back eye. Off of the hot eye.
Now when it's heavy, it be a pickup drag sometimes.
No, yeah. If it's heavy, then I do have to kind of, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Make sure I have pressure can sauce. Mm-hmm. Is there a book? Is there a book?
Tia got more books than me. I got one. He is the master preserver. I'm the student.
I would suggest, and it's probably the easiest one to find, is my Old Faithful here, the one that Gina had, Ball Blue Book Guide to Preserving. I got it from like Walmart or something. It's gonna be.
I got mine at Walmart.
One.
Yep, right where you find the canning jars.
This is my oldest one. It's gone through it. I always open it up and like pages is stuck together, pages is falling out, but and I feel like this is gonna be your basic. This is gonna be your starter. You're not gonna use every single recipe in here, but it's gonna be your starter book. And then your second one after that, I would advise this. Ball, the Complete Guide to Home Preserving. This is going to be like your intermediate book. It's got more recipes, more detailed, where there's more steps, but it's definitely more variety than this one. And then if you're still looking for something after that, the All New Ball Canning and Preserving. This is very intricate. So this is going to be your step up. So, but yeah, start with this one. Dang near in your canning supplies. It's not going to be in the book stuff. It's going to be where the canning supplies are. But yeah, that's the book. David said I did too.
Alicia, now that song is in my head. I like them big. I like them chunky. Moto. Most of y'all won't even know where that's from.
Pressure can, my tomato sauce.
But I'm a fan.
And tomatoes. Mm-hmm. And you can. You can. So true to the TT. What I do? What I say? What I do?
Thank you, Rosalind. I saw your comment about my nails. We have electric stoves too, Tia.
Yes, electric stoves.
And it does. It does and it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tia says, she has a glass top. I have a glass top as well. I think if you don't have a glass top, you have maybe a little less to worry about.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
The heaviness of those canners were full of jars with food in them plus water.
Mm-hmm.
On a glass top is probably the most concerning. So usually you can check your manufacturer's website. Canning is just such a diverse thing that they're probably going to have something on there to answer this question of if
it's not even on my books. My master book ain't in here.
So I would do that. I would check because Tia, you said you have Samsung now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I have. I think mine is in the GE family. I forget with Amana. I have an Amana. I think Amana is under the GE umbrella or Whirlpool. I don't know. Somebody.
Never heard of that, Gina.
Huh?
I said I ain't never heard of that, Gina.
Amana? Yeah. Let me see whose family she's in. She's like a low end of somebody's not low end, but just cheaper on somebody's Amana stove.
Miss Felicia
Veteran
said the
dryer
great
key.
book of everything. The great big book of everything. Yes. I do have an electric and been going strong for 6 months. Miss Cheryl is about that canon life, y'all. Oh, getting the book tomorrow at Walmart. Thanks. You're so welcome. I have the last 2 books. Anytime, Tia.
I don't know why I thought it says it right on there, but this is the one that I have.
Okay. I never heard of it.
Amana. But I couldn't find where it said the family. I think it's Amana is a GE product.
Kodak Phillip. I hear something. I had the book.
Oh no, it's Maytag. It's part of Maytag's family. Sorry, guys.
There you go. What are you doing out there? Was Julie messing with you? I had the book, but you made me start.
And it's not expensive, D-Mood, that book from Walmart.
Mm-mm.
And it's helpful because I do look at it. But if we're doing, or if I'm looking and thinking about a recipe that's not in here, I reach out to Tia like, do you got instructions on this one? How long does it take? Because some stuff is a little like figs. Figs are more intricate to can. I have seen someone on YouTube can figs that was not in an intricate way, and I thought that's not the way that it says to can them. But to each his own, and it's somebody who's seasoned in it, and they family been canning forever and ever, and they're comfortable in doing so. So that's okay.
Yep.
And there's the Mennonite. Is that the Mennonite community? They do a lot of canning, and their ways can be a little different too.
And the same with the Amish.
But they've been doing it for a long time. They're comfortable doing it that way. I'm more to the book because it's something that I'm new to. So I'm not so quick to get willy-nilly with it. But if I'm
more to the book too, because I share a lot of my stuff. Not only do we eat it here at the house, like it's nothing for me and Roz to tell you to, just give my family members a basket with home canned goods. I couldn't sleep at night if I knew that I gave them something that could potentially make them sick.
Exactly.
So I go to the letter. And that, that's what I like. I like that part of giving. I'd rather make you something homemade with the Cricut or something like that than do anything else. I just like doing stuff like that.
Yes, I agree. You see what Michelle says? She said she had the bug, but you made her start.
I saw it. Miss Shirley said talking to TLC on the phone and playing you're on the TV. Thank you. D-Moon. That dog is like a child.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
But most are. Do you have dogs, D-Mood? I used to have a dog. She was like a child. It was a black lab, and she thought they just start. They're like whatever however they raised in their houses. So she was like a child. If she was in trouble, you saw it in her face.
Oh, I see it in this. I can walk in the door, and here he is. What you do?
Yep.
What you do?
Yep. I'm gonna find it, so you better go on there and tell me what it was.
Now, Chewy is completely oblivious. She's like, I don't care. I did it. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Get me dinner.
I think Chewy sets up Kodak when they're not there, because Chewy appears to be the innocent one. But I think Y'all know how it was in the cartoons when you were growing up. It was always that one that was cute and innocent looking, setting up well, he's not the older, but the other brother. And now Kodak got a bad rap. He don't be doing it. I see Chewy from a mile away. Don't look back at him like no, Chewy's just laying here being a good boy.
Can't do it.
Yeah, because you home.
Chewy can't do it.
Yes, he can.
He got arthritis. What he gonna do?
He just acted like that because you're there. When you ain't there, he just frolics. He jumped. Have you ever seen, what is it called? Is it A Pet's Life? The one that Kevin Hart was in. He was the hamster voice in it.
It was just pets, wasn't it? Wasn't it just
Pets. It might have been. But the one pet would just walk all over the furniture when its owner left and kick stuff off and stuff like that. That's Chewy. He be faking it when you there. Like he could barely move.
Look at him.
No, see, that's why
baby.
That's why he milks it. Because you all look at him. And then when Kodak come into the picture, it's like, what you gonna do with Kodak? Wow. Chewy's just laying there and he looking up laughing at Kodak.
Sleep.
Because y'all don't see it. Y'all think he sleep. He open his eyes and look at Kodak and be like, yeah.
Chewy be sleep. And thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
No, not right now, but years ago, yes. I didn't see what was asked. I might
you asked if she had any dogs or any pets.
I did. I was about to say I might have asked something. I do that all the time.
They tell on themselves. They sure do.
Mm-hmm.
What did Miss Felicia say? I don't pressure Cam, but my mom did. I'm just not comfortable with it, but I have not problem foods.
I know. I get it though. I have things like that just don't.
I get it. I gotta.
I know that. See, Mitchell.
Miss Cheryl.
When she gone, he be just a frolic.
Talking about it different.
and Kodak just be looking like confused.
Let me tell you. So we've got the Ring camera in the house.
I don't want to hear about the camera. Y'all get him on camera.
And it goes off so I can hear it. And it's usually Kodak looking out the window. He's going in between the two windows. You don't see Chewy. You know when you see Chewy? At 4:00. When then he done woke up and circled the house looking for his dinner. Chewy is like clockwork. I even got the people at work like we'll be talking and it'll go off. They'll be like, Chewy's up. I'll be like, yeah, that was Chewy.
Chewy know where them cameras is. He know how to stay out of camera view for his frolicking. And then walk out like, he know what time it be. He like, she gonna be expecting the camera to go off. So let me go and walk. Let me.
What you're not gonna do is talk about Chewy and the way he walk.
No, I'm saying he faking it. Because when he ain't in camera view, he's like, he crip walking. Then he come into the camera. I'm on to you, Chewy.
Ross said, you said you were the master in canning.
She is.
Means you are welcome. I am. I is. I'm certified. Ross, I don't think I ever told you. I did take a certification class. I am a master home food preserver. So not just canning, preserving. I'm certified. I'm gonna start getting like a tap and the tassels and I'm just gonna start pulling them out.
Yes. Miss Felicia, right. You catch him on camera. It wasn't me. Mm-mm.
He gonna give you a bite. Tia got papers.
She do.
I do. I need to frame it or something.
Liddy B, you still listening? Why you didn't come back up?
Liddy B is multitasking.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know how it
She
is.
in the bed. She laying in the bed. She up though. She ain't bad as me. If I was laying in the bed, I would have fell asleep.
That'd be me. Rosalind, I jumped in because of her. I got a canner and jars foods and just went. That's how you gotta do it. Just jump in. You're gonna love it.
Yep.
And I always liked it when I would take the jars out and they would be bubbling. I just look at them. Look at my jars. Look at my pretty little jars.
If y'all see, I don't know if it shows up because I'm not seeing myself, but I keep looking like to the side. That's where I have a shelf of some of my candy stuff.
She's admiring her work.
I do. I'm just.
Hey guys. When it addicted, popping and smelling good. Yes. It's so satisfying.
And when I don't get it while I'm trying to listen for it, I want it. I need to hear them. I'll be like, I'll hear that.
I'll count. I'll be like, okay, that's 5. I should have 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But you won't always hear a sound.
You won't. I don't like it. I want to hear it every time. But you're right. You won't always.
You won't
and
always.
Even that pop when you open them.
Mm-hmm. I might not hear a pop, but what I'm looking for is the sunk. If I can get that, I'm good.
Yep. That's why they eat them beans I preserved the first time because they weren't sealed up good.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I'm trying to think if there was anything recently that I had. Yes, my chicken soup. What was it? 2 weeks ago, we canned chicken soup.
Mm-hmm.
I got lazy and I did not take the rings off. You guys want to take your rings off. Mm-hmm. So it was probably about 2 weeks later before I finally took those rings off. And when I did, one of them did not seal.
Yeah.
And at that point, there was nothing I can do about it. If it's within 24 hours, you can reprocess it. Heat it up, reprocess it, do it again. Get a new seal, redo it again. And I will do that. Or I'll take it and I'll put it in the fridge, or we'll eat it or put it in the freezer or something. But because I got lazy and didn't do anything, I had to pitch it. So I'll still do it too. Big congratulations. For who? Me? Thank you. I'm off the tree. Good night, and good night. Everybody saying good night.
It is a rush.
It absolutely is.
Yes, it's a gratification.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Why take the rings off? Because you can get a false seal. So here is my jar and the ring is off. I can, and I'm using my strength too, pull up on this and it's not coming up.
Mm-hmm.
If the ring is on it, it's called a false seal. It looks sealed. It's giving the appearance of sealed, but it's not sealed because the ring is on it. So you want to take your rings off. That way you just know an extra layer of security. And when I'm checking my pantry, and I've got a couple pantry videos in my thing where I'm actually checking my pantry, and I'm going to tell you, in almost every single video, I find something. I explain why I do what I do and everything. But one thing that I do is I go through and I try to lift up everything.
Yep. I do the same thing. And you do need both, D-Mood. You need both to do the processing.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't leave the lids on, because by taking the lid part off, the rings, not the lid, the rings off. This is an old jar from something else, clearly, because there's nothing in it. But by taking the ring off, you're going to know that if your seal actually is there. Like she was showing how she, like this one is, of course, is not
Mhm.
processed, but you see how I was able to just pull that off. If
Mhm.
you could do that after you processed it, it ain't sealed. It didn't process the way you wanted it to. That's what my beans were doing. So the beans I had processed a couple weeks later, I could go through my pantry, which I did. I go through and I'll check them to see if I can lift them with my finger. I cannot open these, the
Yeah.
ones that seal.
Yep.
I cannot open with my hand. It hurts. So I usually take a knife or something, or a fork or something, and prop it up under there and pull them up.
Mhm.
But when I was checking my beans, I was able to just put pressure on it like Tia was doing with those peaches, and it popped. I was like, no, we can't eat those.
Yeah. Yeah. And your heart just sinks.
Mhm.
All that.
All that time, and yeah, I
Mhm.
can't even.
Yep.
Yeah,
But you know what? I say it happens.
it does.
It happens. I'm just gonna throw it away, move on. Like I'm scared. I'm not gonna do that again. If anything, is what did I learn from it? I canned beans. Beans are starchy. They may give a false seal. That starch is sticking to the seal, but after a while the starch breaks down. Okay. And in our me, Gina, and Lydia, we did a live and we all canned beans. And Lydia asked how come I was not using like my bean juice water. In my experience, it's extra starchy. I'm gonna use fresh water, and I rinse them just because in my experience, that starch is too much, and that's not something that's in the book. That's just over time, it's just too much.
Yeah.
So all it needs. Oh, that's what Gina said. You'll need your jar, your lid, your ring. Your rings are the things that come off. Those are temporary. Just reuse those. I had a girl at work that would do crafts with them, so I would collect them and take them to her. Sometimes if they get too cruddy, I just pitch them, but I just throw them all in the drawer and reuse them.
I thought I was looking to see. Oh, I see them. I was going to say I was going to grab a box of jars because the jars actually come with. Well, if you get them at like your store in a pack, the ball jars, they come with your rings and your lids and with the jars, so it all comes together.
Mine are all downstairs.
Yeah, mine they kind of packed up, pushed up back. I'm not about to do it.
Gina, Roz is talking to you.
I'm not convinced. Yeah. Have you seen my garden content? And I don't be putting on for the camera. I be super excited. It's like you're growing something. It's like
Gina be oh my god.
I be emotional.
In tears.
I germinated that celery. Emotional. Y'all don't know how many times I tried to get celery to grow and could not. I bought because I couldn't get it to grow. I'm like, I got it to. I have a lot of stuff growing in my house right now. Starting, the one I was most excited about was the celery. The rest of the stuff is like, oh, it did what it was supposed to do.
So you guys, we have a group chat, and every morning we'll get on. Hey, good morning. This is my plans for today. Wish you all a nice morning. Blah blah blah. So Gina gets on. She's like, you guys, guess I'll tell you, I'm so excited. So she's talking about her celery, and then Lydia gets on. She talks about what she's got going on today, and I get on, and I'm like, yeah, this is what I got going on today. Blah 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 blah. And Lydia,
by the way,
blah 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 blah. Oh, and congratulations on your celery.
Right. Like my celery ain't a big deal. It's a big deal.
I said congratulations.
You did. I was so hyped. Yeah, I was so hyped. Her and Lydia both were underwhelmed. Let's just say that. Underwhelmed.
We were not matching the energy.
They were not.
Not that day.
They were not. I was like, y'all don't understand. And I'm growing some stuff, starting some stuff in-house that I've never grown before. I have moringa, germinated. I have sorrel, germinated. but I don't, because that was my first time trying to start those. It was like, oh, great, they germinated. But that celery, when I tell you it was the bane of my existence last year, and I got that mug to germinate this year, and I have a lot of little celery that, so I don't know how many plants I'm going to have, but guess what? They all going to have a home in that garden.
And they all gonna get dehydrated. They all gonna get preserved. We know
I'm gonna
that.
be making celery powder for days. Don't play with me. And I'm gonna freeze some of it because I'll chop up my celery and freeze it. Then I'll have it for when I make like dressing and for Thanksgiving or soups.
I still was gonna get some dehydrated celery from Azure.
I still have some right now, but it, like I said, it's in one of these little jars. So I don't know how long it's gonna last me, but I have these little half pint jars. This is my part one, but these little half pint jars, and I probably have maybe half of it full.
Now, what I've done in the past is I've taken onions, peppers, garlic, and celery and dehydrated, basically like that mirepoix, and grinded it down. So then I had like that.
Don't threaten me with a good time. That sounds like a good time.
Because like I'm gonna use it anyway.
I love the holy trio. That sounds like a good time. And I will be dehydrating onion. I dehydrated some of my onion tops last gardening season, and just not a whole lot of them, just a few trays of it. And that was it was the best. I was like, I wish I would have done more. And guess what? This year I will. I'm not going to sleep. I'm not sleeping on that. I'm going to have a lot of it. I don't even like onions. For those who don't know, it's a texture thing for me. I like the flavor. I don't like the texture of actual onion. But that was perfect for me. It gave me the flavor without the texture.
I love having my own like spices, my own blends.
Yeah, I'll be doing an Italian blend for sure.
I have an Italian blend and I have not gone back.
That's the thing. Once you start it, you don't want the store-bought stuff. Like, I don't want store-bought onion powder. I don't want it.
I don't want I will say we do have store-bought garlic powder right now.
I do too.
Because I was like, no, wait a minute. I'm not mentally prepared to be chopping up all this garlic.
I will be dehydrating garlic this year. I have a full 4x4 bed that has garlic in it right now.
I love it. I do. And the smell of it. Last time I drove everybody out the house, but I loved it. But fresh garlic powder, my favorite.
It's going down.
Yes, you, Tia. Thank you, Tia. Okay, I got it. Learning the night. Okay. It does happen. Siphoning is all science. You absolutely right. It's all science.
Yes.
And I am the worst. I want to take it out of that, especially the pressure canner, which is what, 240 degrees. I want to take it out. I don't want to wait. I want to see it. Where you store the rings? I have a bucket and use lids.
I have one of those cubes like you have for one of these. And this is my art stuff, but I have one of these with mine in it.
I have a cube and it's got stuff in it, but it also has other things in it as well. Right now I have on my island one of the drawers, and I literally just throw it in there and close it. So like when I'm on live and I'm in the kitchen, that's where I am. So if I'm in there, you hear all those rings, that's the ring drawer.
Yeah, that's what I do with the cube. I just toss them in there.
I have a Ziploc bag of rings, Cheryl. I've seen people take the rings and just like put a string in them and like hang them up just so they're like more space and everything. What happened?
My very good canning talents, Rosalind. I don't know. I'm skipping ahead. I'm sure.
Oh, I was like, where's that at?
No, that's why I made a statement. So true.
Thank you, Roz. Hey, Martika, you still up? Up from a nap. She ready for the late night lives. I have trouble getting deals. Stevia is something I said I had wanted to
I
try.
grew stevia, but I didn't grow it from seed. I grew it from start. In all transparency, I bought starts. But this year, I want to try. Well, first of all, I googled and it said stevia is a perennial, so we gonna see if it comes back.
Okay. It'd be nice if it does.
I'm praying for it. I'm hoping so because it's out there in the cold.
I have jars, lids, rings, wanted to can for a while now, but I was so nervous, did not want to poison my family or myself.
Yeah.
Getting the education tonight. You are. We're going to do something, Demo. We're going to get it.
It's going to be something that you're going to enjoy and the family can enjoy. And I think, like you said, water bath. Yeah. Some jellies and jams. You're never going to buy it. You're never going to buy it again.
Jellies or jams. And then when you're ready, tomatoes, like she said, salsa. If you like salsa, you need to can your own. Or one of the,
I canned my own peaches. I did a
peaches. Yep.
From the peach truck.
Peaches is very easy. And then when you're ready to pressure can, I highly suggest that vegetable broth.
Oh, child, don't get me started. Change your life. Change your life. It's a staple for me, hands down.
She's right. She's right.
It's a staple.
I done got her on that vegetable broth train.
For real. I was like, I got to double it up this time because I don't want to run out again.
I have a gallon bucket and it's I am ringed out. I know sometimes I just have to throw them away. Or like I said, I'll give them to somebody at work that is going to use them for crafting. I know like around the fall, people will take them and you can do like a pumpkin with them.
She's speaking in some kind of language. I'm trying to decipher it because I heard, I don't know, which she transferred from English to something. I don't know what she was saying. I blacked out. I do have, I think I have a canning video. I'm like, do I have any canning videos? I have one. I did that festive jam. I have a video doing the festive jam.
Didn't you do the cowboy candy too?
I have 2 canning videos.
I feel like you've got more.
I almost do 2 because I'm like, I did cowboy candy. I did the festive jam. And since you said that, it makes me feel like I did do something else that was sweet and hot and sweet. I did the cowboy candy. I don't know. I have at least a couple, maybe 2 or 3. But all the lives recently, for probably the last 6 months or so, I've been canning live with Tia, so there's that. I'll be riding Tia's coattail. I'll be like, what we canning? I'm gonna get in on this.
I'm still doing some research, but I think we're gonna can some apple butter.
Yeah. I haven't tried to germinate lavender D-Mood. I bought a lavender start last year, but I did get some seeds this year for lavender, so I am going to try and grow it from seed because I got some at the Dollar Tree.
I've tried and could not get it to grow.
So I'm gonna try it. If it doesn't, my herbs that I most want this year, I want the stevia, my mint, which I don't think that's gonna be a problem. Basil. I did basil, sage, parsley, thyme. I'm trying to look and see what I did for the challenge. There's 2 more up there. I can't say. Oh, Nope, that's the basil. That's mint. That's parsley. That's sage, thyme. I don't know. Oh, lemon balm.
Lemon balm.
I have lemon balm up there as well. But mint, I want that mint. I want that stevia, my sage, my parsley, and probably the basil the most.
Yes, definitely the basil. I think I'm just gonna do my Italian herbs, and then the rest are just what I want for like teas, like the calendula and
Mhm. And I
echinacea.
didn't even include that stuff. Yeah, because I'm going
Mhm,
to do the echinacea. I'm
mhm,
doing the moringa for that reason. I'm doing the sorrel for that reason. I'm doing the butterfly pea
mhm.
for teas.
I
Yeah.
um am not going to plant butterfly pea, but I did say I was going to go to my health food store where I usually get my herbs from, and I'm gonna see
Mhm.
if they have it.
They might.
I feel
Yeah.
like they would. They have a lot, and what they don't have, sometimes I'll get them from Khadija. But I
Mhm.
think I'm just gonna buy the butterfly tea.
See, that's what she told you. She ain't a real gardener. Me, I go to the grocery store and I'm like, no, I can make that.
I feel like with herbs because I haven't had good success with herbs, so I feel like with
Yeah.
I get nervous, and I'm like, I can just go buy it. I can just buy
Yeah.
it. It's
I
just
get it. Don't give up though.
I'm not well. I know, like I said, I'm definitely doing basil, parsley, thyme, rosemary. I'm good with that. Anything else though, I just
Yeah.
But I use the jars a lot. So I use my rings. I
Yeah.
use my jars too, like for anything dehydrated, it's going in
Yeah.
the jar.
Yeah.
It's going in the jar. And then down in the basement, what we did with a lot of dry storage was we just took like baking soda, baking powder, grits,
Yep. I
rice.
do my grits in one, but I have
Mhm.
I have the half-gallon jars for
I
that.
do too. I do too.
Mhm.
We've got beans in one,
Mhm.
a lot of dry goods
Mhm.
in there.
Rice.
Mhm.
Mhm. Oats, things like that.
Yes.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Popcorn, emergency popcorn.
Say that.
I'm trying to move, but
Mhm.
yep, I get it.
Yeah.
Do you air dry your herbs
I
or
dehydrate.
dehydrate them? I do.
I dehydrate then grind.
Mm-hmm. If it's just like like I can know, like last year I picked basil, but it was like 3 leaves.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull in the dehydrator. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
air dry it.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm gonna dry it and grind it.
Yes. Agree.
I make my own blend of oregano, dill, thyme, basil, onion, and ginger powder. That's
Yeah.
something I haven't done yet.
Yes, yes, and yes, Steve.
Or turmeric.
I'm here for it. I want to do my own turmeric.
I
Yes.
want to do my own turmeric. Martika, do you have a dehydrator?
No, she said I do have a
Oh, I'm
dehydrator.
sorry, Martika. I do have a dehydrator, but I haven't used it yet. But will this year. Mm-hmm.
Make it happen.
We were at Costco and we walked past like the meat section, and they had that thin sliced meat for jerky.
Mhm.
I was trying to distract Marcus so he wouldn't see it. Ain't nobody making jerky this weekend, Marcus.
Listen. Listen.
Martika, I air dry. Put others in the depends.
Mhm.
And I'll use my oven too. Like if it is a weekend where I'm doing jerky, I'm gonna use the dehydrator in the oven.
Mhm. Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for jerky this weekend.
Hey, Amina.
Hey, Amina, greetings.
When you make garlic powder, do you dehydrate the fresh? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I do it cheap. I get from the grocery store, I get the garlic that's already peeled because I'm gonna do a lot. And one thing I'm not gonna do is sit and peel garlic all day. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
So I get garlic that's already peeled, and it doesn't cost any more than a bag
No.
of regular garlic.
But for those, Amina, who are like, I could do this myself, and you grow your own, and you're not Tia.
I tried to grow my own. Kodak dug it up and peed
Oh,
it.
that's right. You have the digger. That is true. I mean, we know it's chewy, but Kodak. Okay. But yes, and I do the green of it, so the stem that comes up out the ground as well. You can clip that off and dehydrate it too. Good stuff.
Yep.
It's very tasty.
I do grind my bulb. Like I don't take the whole bulb. You could, but the thicker it is, the bigger it is, the longer it's gonna take to dehydrate.
That's right. You want to break
Sometimes
something
I might
down.
just hand chop and it's chunky, and other times I'm gonna run through my grater and where it's more shredded. And usually by the next day, take that. You can use your blender, or if you got a spice grinder or whatever you got. But that will be some of the best garlic powder you have had, and smells so good. It smells so good. I might do garlic tomorrow. What is cowboy candy, Gina?
It is a how do you describe it? It's like a sweet, but it's not. It's like you create this sweet syrup with sugar basically, and you put the jalapenos, fresh jalapenos in there. You let them cook till the color changes, so you know a jalapeno looks more bright green and it looks darker as it cooks. So it gives you like a sweet and spicy garnish for your foods. I had some on a grilled burger this summer. I made some burgers, grilled them, put some cheese over there, let the cheese melt, and put the cowboy candy on there. Chef's kiss. You probably put it on a hot dog if you like those are Polish. But it's like a garnish, but it gives you that. It's not too sweet. You're still going to get that heat. So don't expect that you won't have heat with. If you don't like hot stuff, you probably won't like it. But it is going to give you a sweet.
Yeah. If you like habanero, or if you like jalapenos, you'll like cowboy candy. Gina, another question for you.
Yes. I didn't do it on my channel though. I did that on Tia's channel. We did that live. She did what did you do? Peach habanero?
I did the peach habanero.
And I did a watermelon jalapeno, and Liddy B did the festive, I think. But yes, I did it from watermelons that I grew. And I'm going to do it again this year because it was bomb. It was really good. Really good. I might change the peppers a little bit. I still might do a jalapeno one, but I might try and do a habanero one for a little more heat. Or maybe I'll do a peach one this year as well.
A peach habanero, like I did?
You did peach peppers? No, you did peach habaneros. Remember, I'm growing some peach.
I did peach habanero jam. Yes. That's what I was talking about. You did peach habanero jam.
Yes, I might do peach with peach.
Okay.
Peaches with peach peppers.
Oh, I got you now.
Yes, because I think the peach peppers are between a jalapeno and habanero in Scoville. The heat Scoville. I thought they were going to be hotter than habaneros, but when I Googled it, it didn't seem to be that way. So, but I plan on putting it in my salsa, and I probably would do a jam with it, as well as the jalapeno. But there's going to be some watermelon jam. Everyone who tried it loved it.
Loved it, absolutely.
Probably but Liddy B, but she don't like hot stuff. So it wasn't that she didn't love it. She just doesn't like hot stuff.
Felicia. Candy jalapeno peppers, yeah. Tea, apple butter sounds like fun. Make it after Black's Tropical. Okay. I grew butterfly pea last year. Did not get a lot, but they grow well. Okay. Okay, so it'd be easy for me.
Yeah, they're vine. I think they vine up, so you need something for them to the trellis.
I have some trellis. If Marcus hasn't thrown them away in the garage, he acts like I put one thing in the garage. It's junky. It's dirty. I
Yeah.
just need it.
So D Mood, you a vampire too, huh? I am not. I didn't mean
I was
to
just say
mood.
Gina is
I meant you. There's fellow vampires in the chat.
Gina is one blink away.
Listen,
From
this
my
camera
season
is gonna go
tomorrow.
off, and I will be already as soon as it go off. Y'all gonna be like, there ain't no way.
Gina and Tia, you need to do a dehydration
Do it.
video. Okay.
It'll be during the gardening season, though, for me. I really think so because I can't think of anything I can. No, we could do. Just tell me when, because you know I want to dehydrate my lemons.
I
So-
have a. Wait a minute.
If y'all didn't know, I got lemons. I got a box of lemons from a good friend on YouTube.
I have a couple dehydration videos. I have one doing the garlic. I have one doing potatoes, and I made hash browns. I had one with the lemons, but I never posted it. Like it's uploaded, but it's still marked as private. It's I might just randomly pop it up one day, but with the
Mhm.
lemons. But I have a couple of dehydration videos.
I was gonna say you have the fruit leathers.
Oh, the fruit leathers.
Mm-hmm.
That was good too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
was
that was one of my favorite ones to watch. I haven't made them. I
Mhm.
want to, but my dehydrator is I was trying to cheat. I got these, well, not cheat. I got the plastic things like you have for your, but my dehydrator is too small for those.
Oh, cut it.
The plastic?
Cut it. Just cut it. Just cut it.
I'm gonna look and see if it's doable. I don't know if that's doable. I think you don't have me set up.
I will say that fruit leather. Another thing that I will not be getting at the store again. I'm not a real sweet person. I'm not going to buy like fruit roll-ups. But
Mhm.
if I had a young child that I purchased fruit roll-ups for, I would not be buying them anymore.
Mhm.
Fruit leather.
Mhm.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you, ladies. Duval.
Hey, Duval,
Hi.
city girl. Oh, I hope
Aw.
you feel better.
And it comes back every
It's been
wonderful.
running the course through some folks.
I had it about 2-3 weeks ago. And it
Mhm.
took me a minute to get
Mhm.
over it. So I hope you feel better.
Yeah.
And get some tea.
So butterfly pea comes back on its own every year. That's good to know.
Nice. That is nice.
Mhm.
I've never made jerky.
It's pretty easy.
Jerky is expensive.
Most people I know who make it hunt. So there's that.
Mhm. It's expensive. We like it. We do like jerky. And just got to marinate it. So I always have to have the forethought to marinate it the night before, and then just need to make sure that it's dry. It's fully dehydrated. I have had it where the last time I did a big batch, I took some off and Marcus took some off. And usually the jerky is gone immediately, but I had wanted to hang on to some of the jerky. And then randomly I looked in the Ziploc baggie where it was months and months later, and it had molded. Because if you do not fully dehydrate something, it will rehydrate. So just something to keep in mind. So you always want to do your crispness check just to make sure you've gotten all the moisture out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need jerky, no need.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There is so much flavor in them, in those onion and garlic tops. Yeah, it might be better flavor in those than the vegetables themselves. I mean, so much potency in the flavor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look them up. Thank you. You're welcome. Those were your videos, Gina. I air dry all my herbs except ginger and turmeric. I put those in the oven to dry. I grind them.
Yep.
Nice. Nice. Ginger and turmeric are something I haven't done yet, but I've purchased it, and then Marcus ends up using it, or we just end up cutting it and use it for tea or for something else. But
Yeah. I forgot Duval is in Texas. She's in or Florida. She's in a hot state. So, because she was saying Butterfly Pea comes back.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw Felicia say hers died in the cold.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it possibly won't come back from someone like me. Because, yeah. Do you have a video? I don't. So
you
I can
do one.
Oh, I can. Not yet, not now. I could do it later.
Yeah, you got to get it.
Because I can tell you, I've bought at least 2 watermelons from the store within this was last month, and I threw both of them away without eating them. The first one, when I cut into it, it had like this spot that looked like, I couldn't tell what it was. I was like, did a bug get in it or something? I don't know. It was weird. And I was like, I'm not eating that. And then the other one was sitting on my counter. And all of a sudden one day I started seeing juice ooze out the rind of it. So it had been punctured or something. And I was like, no, I can't. These were grocery store bought. So I was like, this is why I got to grow my own, because I can't trust the stuff that they have. But I definitely will. However, it is on a live replay. I mean, a live that you could replay with Tia. I think I had pureed it before the live, but what I did is I took the watermelon, de-seeded it, pureed it up in my NutriBullet thingy, and created a juice with it. And then you cook it down with sugar, and I might have added pectin. I can't remember. I would have had to add pectin. Yeah. Added pectin and some chopped up jalapenos. And made a jam, and I'm telling you, it was so, the watermelon flavor, it reminded me of having a Jolly Rancher.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Came through.
It really did. It really did. That fresh watermelon, Gina's backyard. It was perfect combination. It was perfect.
It came through. I was just really shocked about that, because you can buy watermelon and there's no flavor.
Yep.
But the ones I grew, they taste like your watermelon's supposed to grow. I mean, supposed to taste. Like you probably remember.
You also say, girl, I used to suffer from sinus infection. Also, I fixed mine by having a teaspoon of raw honey. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Now I put honey, like when I had my sinus infection, first thing I did was came home and I made a big thing of tea with my dehydrated lemons and honey, and then I have like some eucalyptus and stuff, and kind of opened me up a little bit, and that always felt better. Vampire team here. Cool. I got lemons now. Yep. I just wash them and slice them up and throw them on the dehydrator. So I slice them kind of thin so they don't take as long. Throw them on the dehydrator. The meat, the flesh of the lemon will turn brown. But that's just because the acid reacts with the air and everything. But I keep my lemons and I use them for teas. I use them like if I bake a chicken, or if I'm like doing something where like shrimp or salmon and I want that taste, I use them in there. Only thing is you just can't squeeze it for lemon juice. But you can use it the exact same way. Yeah. And I keep dehydrated lemons. And Mimi will put them in her water bottle.
Yeah. And something I didn't think about, guys, and I saw somebody mention it. It was Fifi mentioned that she was going to do it. She had some lemons, and she's like, she planned on making like lemonade and things like that. She's like, but I'm going to use every part of this lemon. Like after I've juiced it for the lemonade, I'm going to dehydrate the rinds and make lemon powder. And I was like, I never considered doing that. You could do that with your oranges. You can do that with your lemons and things that you want to have that essence of that in it that you're cooking.
Yeah.
Make your own lemon pepper seasoning with the rinds from the lemon. Yeah, we be wasting food, but I don't think about it like that because I'm just used to slicing something, juicing
That's
it,
what we're used to. Yep.
throwing it away.
Mm-hmm.
Never again.
And I saw something on TikTok or something where they not dehydrated, but they like juiced some carrots and everything. They were like, "What do you do with this after you get your juice?"
Mm-hmm.
Dehydrated? No, you got carrot powder. I said,
Yep. That's like Andell was showing where she do her tomatoes for like tomato sauce and salsa. She peels that skin off and
I
she
do too.
dehydrates the skin and makes a tomato powder.
I do too. And
And
when
I
I'm
didn't
peeling
like
it, I'm
it.
trying to get like a good one too. I'm like, yes, yes.
We ain't gonna be wasting that stuff no more.
Mm-hmm. No. My best friend has a lot of problems with her sinuses. Team Vampire sleep during the y'all. Like I said, Gina wants. Y'all, Gina ain't even gonna make it to her bed tonight.
Listen. Ooh, yeah, I don't know. It's at least what 4, maybe even 5 hours past my bedtime.
Go to bed, Gina.
I'm gonna get through. I don't feel like when I start yawning. That's when it's a wrap.
Fruit leatherness. Fruit leathers. Yes, fruit leathers.
Yummy.
Just got them to fit. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try. She's talking about those trays. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see if it works. Right, Martika. Y'all ain't all gotta be calling me out though. I be up.
We all thinking it. We looking.
Y'all know I be up all the time.
Always save your pods for your butterfly pea. Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. Google candy cane peppers. They're beautiful, aren't they? They really are. Yes, Gina's watermelon looks so juicy. It was. And she wouldn't give it to that baby.
Great. I was really excited about that because I didn't know if I could even grow them.
Demo makes sense to being so moist. Turmeric and ginger must take forever to air dry. Yes. Yes. And also you want to consider the moisture in your air too. So if you're in a really humid environment, it may take a little longer to dry. So if you're like watching the video and they're in a more drier climate and they say, well, this took 4 hours, it may take a little longer for you, and that's fine. And also if it rained outside, it's okay. Just something to be mindful of. And there are times like if I'm dehydrating garlic or onions, I will have to put it in the garage just for the smell. And like I said, if it's colder and more wet and stuff, it's gonna take a little longer. Makes sense due to them being so.
That's true, Miss Felicia. You use the
in
your veggie broth.
And then it's gonna have that flavor.
Scraps and bones.
Yep. You live and learn.
Yep. True.
I make coconut.
Oh, you make your own coconut milk. Video D-move. Asking for a friend. Asking for a friend. Martika, I did not. And I looked. Now the thing is, let me rewind. I found many of them. I didn't find them much less than what you saw them though. That's what I found. And it was at different places. So I'm like, and Tia doesn't even know what I'm talking about. I have to send it to her because she would be like, it'd be right up her alley. But no,
I haven't got a purse all year long.
it's not. It's you. I'll send it to you. It's different. It's more on our planner envelope planner
need it.
side.
I need it.
No, you don't need it. It's not in the budget. But I'm still going to show it to you.
I'm gonna send it to Marcus.
Mm-mm. Okay, that's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the garlic and turmeric and
Not bad at all.
and ginger? Yeah, I have garlic growing. I have never grown turmeric or ginger, um, but I definitely would like to add that to the things that I grow.
I tried ginger once, and I know it's more of a tropical. It likes a tropical environment, and I think I just left it out. I did. I know I did. I left it out too long. I should have brought it in.
Yeah, I'm laughing at Miss Cheryl. She says she's the fanny pack girl.
Girl.
Mm-mm.
Let me see if there's anything else. I think we are going to try to wrap it up. So make sure I'm catching everybody.
Mm-hmm. Send one to him for me too. What? What am I think? What are we talking about?
When I said I was going to send it to Marcus.
Oh, that part. Here, let me send it now while I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, he'd be like, you don't need to.
He gonna
I had
act like
told
he
him the
needs
other day, because we share our Amazon account, and I was like, hey, I'm about to order some stuff on Amazon, just so you know, because he'll get the notification too. He's like, so you're telling me I need to buy it? No, because if I was telling you you need to buy it, I would be like, can you get my card for me? I was telling you I was buying. I make my own hemp milk. Really? Very tasty and really. I need to see a picture, or a video, D-Mood.
You need to. That needs to be content, D-Move.
Uh-huh.
That needs to be content the next time. Or was that yes? You had a yes in there. Maybe it is content. I'm gonna go check.
That's what I'm looking right now.
Yes. Because I don't drink coconut milk, but I do use coconut, like the condensed stuff for my
For
curry.
cooking.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't really drink milk at all. I'm going
No.
to say really. I don't drink milk.
No, I'm not. I don't want it.
Yeah. No video yet. He said no video yet.
We don't even
Put that in the list of your content to do.
we don't even purchase milk. Nobody drinks milk. Milk is not something we have. So if I know I'm cooking something, I will get like a small pint.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I have like dried milk. If I just need a half a cup of for a milk for something,
Yeah.
you better go rehydrate that dried milk, because ain't nobody in this house drinking milk.
I have been buying it because Tristan would come over, my grandson, and he used to drink a lot of milk. Now he likes to drink my protein shakes. He calls them chocolate milk. And I let him because he doesn't eat a lot. So I'm like, at least he'll be getting some nutrient from it. I like the vegan version of it. So, and he likes them. And they have a kid to one, but I was like, I had bought them once. After that, I was like, he could just drink the same ones I would get for me. First thing he wanted when he came in today, you got chocolate milk. You know, he calls all my stuff other things than what they are. He calls the Gatorades his
energy drink.
Energy drink. He'd be like, "Oh, can I have an energy drink, Gigi?" Yes, Tristan. It's just Gatorade, y'all.
No, see, I be calling Gatorade extra water.
It
'Cause
is. It's
that's
just
why I'm like, it's
electrolyte.
extra water. And they were like, oh, have you had your water today? I've had extra water today.
He cracks me up. Can I have an energy drink? Sure. Have at it. I don't
what
put
ginger
any
is
milk in my
ginger?
curry.
Golden ginger.
I do coconut in mine. Now Indian curry. I've never made any other type of curry, which I want to. I want to try Thai style. I
Same.
also want to try a more Caribbean style curry. So
Same. I made what Gina said because Gina and Lydia talked me through it.
yeah. Good stuff.
But it was good.
Good stuff.
And I've used coconut milk when I did rice and peas. Like what I'm doing.
Ooh, yeah.
I have used it.
Some rice and pea. Mm-hmm.
Hemp is packed with protein and omega-3. Okay.
Nice. Nice. I'm all about making my own of things, D-Mood. That's been my thing. I will try and make yogurt would be great to use in curry too. You just I'd be concerned of it lumping as it's stirring it in, but I guess if you get it good quick enough, because the same thing I'd be concerned about coconut milk with. I kind of get it in there good quick so it doesn't get a curdly look to it because of the heat of the
right
and stuff. But I can see yogurt being great for that because you just really want it to give it that creaminess. Just can it. Yes.
I canned chicken curry and canned a jar of the seasoning. I know that's right.
Yes. I don't waste anything. When I do, like when I did my cowboy candy, there was some of the syrup left over. I canned that. Because the syrup has a spiciness to it too. So you can use it as a glaze. You can use it as a glaze on whatever you want, on chicken, beef, whatever. Veggies, you can, whatever.
I do that with my soups. If I've gotten all the chunks, the ingredients out, but I still have just like the broth with maybe like onions floating around. Oh, that's getting canned. That is going to get canned too. Because that's still good stuff. I'm marinating meat in yogurt. Okay. 2 hours or more.
Did you see Rosalind's post? She said, good night, Rosalind.
Thank you. Have a wonderful, for your wonderful talents, Tia. I will call you when you have time. Okay, Roz. So I can start my peppers journey. Okay, Roz. We gonna get it.
Yes, I can see that, Miss Felicia. I haven't made barbecue sauce yet. Tia absolutely has. And I think there's content for that. But I do want to make barbecue sauce. She has several sauces she's done. What's that other one you did that I was like?
The Creole sauce.
The Creole
I was thinking about that. I was like, you know what? Where my meal? Where my thing?
Good night, Tia.
Good night, Tia. Let me put this in my meal plan because I will forget, and it's an easy one. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, that one looks amazing.
It's gonna be good, y'all.
You made barbecue sauce, Miss Cheryl, before you started canning? Yeah.
I like Greek yogurt. I do not like Greek yogurt. No.
I do.
I don't really like regular yogurt though.
I'm partial to a certain brand. I like the Dannon Light and Fit Greek yogurt. That's my favorite of all the brands.
I do Yoplait. I can't do any yogurts with the fruit in it. And I only like the whipped.
I don't like it with the fruit in it, but I do add fruit to it. So I chop up fresh fruit or add some blueberries.
I probably wouldn't mind fresh fruit, but they fruit be all soggy. Okay.
And then I also like it with granola. So I usually do the yogurt, top it with fruit, and top it with a little bit of granola. And that's like a dessert for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like I'm cheating. Miracle was walking around like, Mommy, why are you still up?
I just looked at the time. I was like, we going to sleep.
Yes.
I
Yes.
still gotta let Kodak outside. And since he broke his chain, I have to walk him. So I ain't trying to be out.
Did he break his chain or did you break it?
He broke his chain, Gina, and it's somewhere under all that snow. Because he
Mhm.
had to go. That was when he had to go fight with the neighbor dog, remember?
I mean, I remember you saying it. You know, I don't know. You guys,
He did.
perspective.
So now he got to be walked.
It's all perspective. Not a yoga person nor pudding. It's the texture. I get it.
No, I don't.
That's why I don't like onions. It's the texture for me.
I don't like pudding, Jello. No, ma'am.
I like pudding. I'm not a Jello fan, but I like pudding.
No pudding.
Look at Lydia, like, what is happening? We about to wrap up now, Lydia B.
All right, y'all. Good night.
Good night, everybody.